creation. A world on the brink. In the Age of Sorrows, dangers abound and cataclysms loom on the horizon. But it is not without heroes. The exalted, those chosen and empowered by the mightiest of the gods, are all around the world. They have and can pull it back from the precipice of oblivion. That is when they aren't busy fighting each other. Now, Chills as Aura,
Lousy smarch weather!
Korak as Lythander.
So you see, we are going to be doing a live tasting video, or not video, but a live tasting review of Dairy Queen's new Superman Blizzard.
Alatos as Gavel, the Hammer of the Yozi.
Why is it always on this side of the world that there's always rain?
And Glimmer X as everyone else. Oh, you think raining hail is bad? Try raining fucking fire from the skies. I think that was a movie or something. Must band together to save the dreaming sea, all of creation, and perhaps beyond, from the greatest threat reality has ever known. All this and more on FateBreakers. Yeah, unfortunately, like any podcast, a food review segment becomes inevitable. It's a universal, I'm sorry.
Yeah, boy.
Alright, let us know how it is.
It is universal, I'm sorry. So, right now, I'm not sure it's because I was helping my dad out with the garden. We use cocoa mulch, which I'm smelling a lot of chocolate. But it honestly is pretty good. It's like a cotton candy birthday cake flavor, almost.
That's pretty fitting, honestly. Also, cocoa mulch? I've never heard of that.
Yeah. So, cocoa mulch is ground up cocoa shells.
Oh.
It is very nutrient dense and is very good use for fertilizer. Not fertilizer, but like mulching on top.
It also smells a lot better than traditional fertilizer, I bet.
It smells like chocolate. It is the shells of cocoa beans.
Yeah, it was real weird when you started spreading it everywhere, and it just said, set, choco, set, choco, set, choco. Wow, wow! Wow! So anyway...
I think it wasn't frappe.
Anyway, a Ruach Iron Scale. What happened Ruach Storm Scale. What happened last time? Well, unfortunately, I can't busy tell you what happened last time. This fucking farm girl's beating the crap out of me. Give me a second. Straw Maiden Janist. What happened last time? Well, I was having a nice day on the town, just kind of, doing my shit, helping people, trying to make these guys crop sufficient because, oh god, these Chimera require a lot of food. I was burning like dozens of motes into that shit. And then this fucking asshole shows up and teleports me and like a good chunk of one of the cities away. Now I'm trapped in this fucking mind palace, I think, fighting a storm god.
Or you have to get me out of this whack-ass crystal prison.
Yes, literally, except it's also Ruach's mind palace.
I need to go back to eating that persimmon.
Question: Did we get back to our old bodies?
Yeah. Yes. That was an end of session wear off, and as an additional note, Second Circle Demon followed everyone back from Malthius to cause assorted mayhem, including swapping Aura and Gavel's accents, swapping Lythander and his necromancer chicken Pedro's bodies, and swapping Spider and Nue's hearts.
I got to do this voice for a bit. It was nice.
Nope, you're good. But yes, beyond any of that, the gang started on the long-awaited counteroffensive against Prasadi to pay back for trying to murder everyone they love and care about with a wild hunt way back when.
Again!
Traveling to the Tiger's Nest Coalition, they managed to get a somewhat shaky parlay with both the city's mortal residents and their magical Pokemon armies, as well as the small handful of Exalted in their orbit, mainly just consisting of Drewhue Magma Drinker and the mysterious Liminal that incarnates in the body of a cat. For reference and for audience clarification, yeah, they're still, raised from a human corpse and everything, it's just that happened to be above the cat corpse, and they were both kind of incorporated into the same entity when the Liminal was created. Kind of a reverse Pet Cemetery situation happening there.
Lovely.
Yeah, so by the time you guys reunite with Lythander, the sun is just about setting, and It's about at that time when the moon is shining above you, and you feel that magic just wearing off. Yep. Your voices are, and like Lythander, your perspective shifts, and suddenly you're standing a few feet where you used to be, where Pedro was.
All right.
And Nue beside you, her heart slams back into her chest after flying through the sky. Alright. I'm guessing we should... Alright, now that shit's taken care of, I'm guessing that we should probably, Okay, everyone's in their right minds, we've all had time to, fucking break for dinner and find... Lythander, where the fuck were you? I know something happened... Okay, yeah, in retrospect, that should have been obvious. I knew you were wherever Pedro was, the whole fucking swap happened there, but what was happening down there?
Well, I think I...
Well?
Sorry, I need to find Lythander's voice here for a second.
Well,
you see... A lot of things happened down there. Not so good things. I might have started a war, maybe.
Well, that's what we're about to do, so it's not good to fight a war on multiple fronts. I'm not a tactical thinker like Gavel, but I know that much.
But it was more so not on our end of the war. I think I made spirits go into war with each other. I honestly forget a bit what happened last time. It's been a while. I'm sorry.
Out of character, some scheduling conflicts happened. But as a brief reminder, Lythander came the closest to dying he did this entire campaign.
Remember, folks, do not split the party.
No.
Not just because of that, because Abysso was using a sick fucking Laws of the Underworld charm to put Lythander into a sham trial to try and kill him for walking into someone's corpse uninvited, which it turns out is a major faux pas. Thankfully, because he was just standing on the threshold, he was able to stand hams his way out of the fucking death sentence and just kind of walk away to the Abyssal's annoyance. And steal Shrike's shape, yes. Although, if you decide to use that, you just... I'm imagining... Yeah, a comic scene where Lythander uses that, and all of a sudden you're just seeing a guy with his head flopped to the wrong side. A guy with a neck completely noodle. And in the character establishing shot, and this will be relevant for the, artwork I commissioned from Chills later, Shrike has the fucking Highlander neck collar.
Lovely.
The accent thing wore off. Aura and Gavel have their normal voices back.
Lovely.
Nope, that's Lythander's normal voice.
Lovely.
Yeah, that's what... Yeah, I've somehow always lose my voice when it comes to this character.
And then you almost immediately get it back again.
But then it disappears.
Such as it is.
But at least...
It's gone again.
At least for Gavel.
It's gone again. It's back again.
At least for Gavel, I somewhat remember what her voice is, for the most part.
Yep, that mysterious demon's magic has worn off by now. Okay, so, the war for Madara, I'm assuming that's what everyone wants to pivot into, because that's what all my notes are here for, and that's what the last session built up to.
Indeed.
You guys could go and just help Janist farm for a while, but that's not... I don't think that'd make for a very exciting episode.
The big farm dimension?
Yeah, inside a giant lizard man's head.
Nice.
Surprisingly fertile there. Anyway, this is going to be part of the grander war venture against Prasad itself. This is going to be, the first major battle, and thus it'll be a slightly abbreviated war venture. I have the notes on how that works pulled up right now, but for a brief establishing shot, we could just cut back to the war room with the cat and the assorted... Tiger's Nest coalitions and a couple of beasts in envoy. You have a very bunch of impressive looking fire lizards and dark birds. The birds made of darkness, just kind of orbiting around all of you, all wearing suits and taking notes. As you guys are all getting ready and plotting out the battle for the warfare.
Mm-hmm.
If no one else has anything to start with in terms of plans of attack, I'll have Drew, Hugh, and the cat run down a brief strategic suggestion for everyone.
All right.
Alright, so, the issue, Madara is most likely the place we're going to want to start with, regardless of, I don't know if any of our people will follow you into a direct war on Prasad, but Madara is close enough that they are within trading distance, and a solid portion of the city does in fact not, they would appreciate some liberation, so we would not be going, Mr. Cat? Yes, please don't call me that. I have contacts in the city, and provided that we have some kind of relatively well-noticed signal, then we will definitely be able to signify internal rebellions to go off, and also chaos is our ally here. And of course the element of surprise, too. They don't know that we actually have the stones to attack them on their own turf for all the raids they've put on, and surprise is absolutely going to be on our side here for the assault of Madara. Unfortunately, they, because of their alliance with a lot of birds, like there's a lot of small thaumaturgical magics in the city, a solid half the population are bird-blessed, as they say, and as a result of that, they have certain diplomatic ties to air elementals and gods of the sky. Because of that, Prasad's own pantheon of gods have been putting their own theopolitical pressures on them in order to, get eaten by the greater empire, despite being a protectorate right now.
Right.
As a result of that, my suggestion will be this. Druhyu has powers over momentum and lift, as, volcanic eruptions kind of do that. He will be able to propel certain people skyward and give them a safe descent to allow us to attack from above, while another group of us does a pincer maneuver from multiple angles to attack the ground and from the sky at once. The Prasadi do love their air superiority, but it's high time we see if they can dish out what they can take.
It's high noon.
Or the other way around. You know what I mean.
Exactly. The aerial warcrafts that they utilize aren't prepared prepared to take attacks from above. That means they're structurally weak, specifically at the top, meaning that this plan could allow us to take down their major forces without much issue.
Yeah, Nue just kind of shrugs. Also, if we have me acting as a big-ass distraction in my gigantic form, that will probably help out, too.
In the meantime, I can, in the event that that Gold Dragon King comes back, I could impede him from warping away the battlefield with his mysterious chants, provided that I can gain some power beforehand. It's not perfect. It's not permanent, though. We'll have a small window of opportunity to act. In the while his main advantage is disabled, we need to come at him with everything we've got.
Abigail, or Gavel's chief military advisor, also leans over. As for the pincer maneuvers, I suppose we'll take the Ashen Ones out on one side, we'll send the demonic legions that the other Infernal gave us on this side, and I suppose we just have the Nue on this side. It's just Nue, there's no the.
Right.
I had to be sure, never could tell with all those fancy exalted titles.
In the meantime, are there any volcanic areas throughout nearby?
The only true volcano was Magnanimous Pyroclast, and his charge has gone dormant since he gave me the exigency.
And in the case of dormant volcanoes, does magma at least still smolder beneath? And that's it could be a problem if that volcano became active again in the middle of the battlefield, which is why I'm concerned with using my blessings from particular god to terraform the region to our advantage.
Thankfully, we only lost a couple seconds of content, and this editing shit around it. Anyway, where did we leave off? Angles of attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the volcano concern, yeah.
Yeah, and the potential to terraform the environment, and
which
why
leads
that
me
would
to,
concern.
yeah, which leads me to what I was saying is, unfortunately, there are at least I do think that one of the current envoys to the city is Earth aspect, so they will be able to counter terraform.
Right.
Until he is taken care of. Or she, or they, I don't know much about them beyond the fact that they are... I do have a visual description of them, hang on a sec. And they look a little bit something like this.
No problem.
Oh my goodness.
Hatsune Miku is in the area.
There's always some alternative version of Hatsune Miku in every universe.
Miku,
doesn't matter which
one.
one.
Call me Miku.
Good lord.
She is some sort of traveling musician who had...
Musician.
I believe it was called a concert back in the day.
Right.
Actually, no, the people would know what a fucking concert is. She has a concert booked in the city as part of another one of the, overtures of shit from the Prasadi Empire to project influence. Gods know what she has hidden in the music. I know they have some variety of enchanting people with Dragonblooded spells in essence. So she's going to be a concern as well, in addition to the current ambassador and whatever other less experienced dragons are there holding down the fort. And Spider says, "Can I kill them?"
Guys, do you think we should let Spider kill them?
I don't know.
This is a war, after all.
It is a war.
That doesn't mean everyone needs to die.
Spider, does that mean you're going to kill all of them, or just the ones who try to fight?
Well, everyone's a combatant in war, right?
That is not always... So, let me rephrase this. Those who are not trying to actively kill you. If they look like they are going to kill you, then yes, you can kill them. Does that make sense, Spider?
The little hamster wheel in his brain is spinning furiously. Yeah, alright.
Are you sure that makes sense, Spider?
Yeah, why wouldn't it? As the camera slowly pans down to see the fingers crossed he's holding behind his back. Aww.
Now, Spider, you do know that if you're lying, I will send you to a place you never want to go back to.
Yeah, I promise I won't kill people. I won't kill non-combatants.
I hope you know that if you do, you wish that you would never be born. Or reborn, as it were.
Anyone want to roll read intentions?
Uh-huh.
I was about to say...
What do I roll for that?
Awareness or embassy?
Alright. I'll roll, I should be on the roll 20 real quick. Sorry. Let me see, where do I...
Probably with fortitude being the stat to pick with, just because you have been guarding this man baby for a long time now, and...
Yeah. Very demanding.
Working on convincing the murder hobo to not do murder hobo things is very,
Taxing.
very slow going. Yeah.
Difficult. Oh yeah. Almost there, and you roll that 13 d10. 7 hours. Excuse me. Enjoy the sounds of my mechanical keyboard. 7 successes.
Indeed, a keyboard.
Oh, he's absolutely weaseling shit around his words. He won't kill anyone. The Neverborn may have other opinions, and in some instances can kind of just act through him. Additionally, you a little bit of just the Eclipse Oath-broken senses are going off. You think that Spider is real fucking close to the consequence of him breaking his oath back during the Wild Hunt to not fight you guys.
Spider, what did you do?
I didn't do anything.
Spider.
I got my, my left ear's burning. I can feel your intentions, Spider. You're getting real close to that oath. You're on thin ice.
He holds up a cold drink to your ear. Here, does that help?
Actually, it does.
Well, I appreciate the consideration, Spider, but I am going to need you to stop thinking about breaking your oath. In the meantime, though,
what do you want me to do then?
Wait a second. I have a brilliant idea. We're going to launch Spider into the enemy barracks.
Wow, we do. Are you saying we need to drop a nuke on them?
You do have the stored life-ending wave.
You're saying that we should do what is essentially a life-ending wave on them?
Well, everyone in that place is an enemy combatant. All we have to do, and Spider mostly is pretty difficult to control, so we just kind of throw him in the direction of everyone we want to fight, and the problem will resolve itself.
Now, do you want me... Now, the easiest way to do that is... Lythander, you took some of the oldest last magic, right? Can I borrow that?
What do you want now?
Oh, I just want to pop the death... He's trying and failing to find words for the solar circle sorcery spell that...
well, not stole, but...
Yes, that you have the charge of.
What if I need it?
He just wants to fly.
But Spider, what if I need it? Like these thousands of elixirs I have in my back pocket.
You're going to need to use those at some point, damn it!
That's where you're wrong. I don't need to use Jack.
Lythander, I know number go down, but you need to use
number go down?
I do think Nue just kind of stretches herself onto her tiptoes and just prods at Spider's cast mark with the butt end of her spear. He doesn't fucking need it. If he's the fucked up version of a Dawn, they can just go to town on ordinary mortal men whenever.
Mm.
Like, outside of getting absurdly lucky or being outnumbered with a truly big force, and how many men are the explicit Prasadi attachment? Just a 100, no more, no less, per their agreement with Kamthahar. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, then he doesn't need that fucking shit, he'll be fine. But I wanted to use it for later! Oh, thank you for admitting your whole evil scheme for everyone. That really helps. Lythander, make sure he never finds that fucking cord.
The good thing about Spider is that he's very sincere, despite being horrendously evil.
I just realized who Spider the dynamic you guys have with Spider reminds me of.
Oh, no.
And I'm going to post a GIF that hits Korak directly in the soul.
Alright,
all of Spider's...
Let's see. Can you deal soul damage? Karato Dan!
All of Spider's arsenal is on a need-to-have basis. Does he need to have it? No.
Yeah, the Exalted Discord, in fact, freaked out and said Dan Kuroto would be a perfect Abyssal when I posted this there.
Perfect, what's the new Highlander class?
Nope, the God Abrils of Capricorn aren't as strong as Gem would be.
But Infinite Lives.
Yeah.
They work a little differently, but moving on. Alright, so is everyone going with Drew Hughes' plan for the multi-pronged, like, everywhere at once assault?
Yes.
I feel like
I think
that
would be best.
Alright, I'm assuming... Does anyone have any additions or tweaks they'd like to make to the plan before dice hit the table for the planning steps?
You know, I know we made the joke earlier, but we could actually just launch Spider into the barracks.
Throw me! What? Bob, throw me!
Like, we could legitimately
Yeah,
do
but
that if we wanted
that's
to.
called war
Yeah, you
crimes.
could.
Also
Are
true.
we war criminals, or are we girl bosses?
Lythander says, misrepresenting the Red Cross on his clothes.
Wait, the Red Cross were
Listen,
war criminals?
if it's one thing for Gavel,
No, misrepresenting the Red Cross as a war sign because of
Gotcha.
Geneva Convention stuff.
thank you, Geneva. But no, if it's anything about Gavel, she will girl boss at any cost.
Ayo.
Any costs.
So that means, yeah, we're just as far as of additions, I can't really think of any. Besides the obvious funny thing of launching
Launch me,
Spider.
Domon!
I do think launching Spider can, in fact, be arranged. The usage of the Crucible of Rebirth, and as we zoom in on there, it seems like the theater park construction is still underway. You need, in order to get the carousel working, you do in fact need those bits of Neverborn.
Mm. And I was thinking about it. I was just like, well, I'd been recently watching the Book of Fire from Avatar, and I recently got to the Day of Black Sun. So I was thinking, okay, we disable the main threat. When the eclipse hits, we go as hard as possible.
Yeah, Day of Black Sun is very much what happens during calibration.
When we essentially, yeah, the second I get their Dragon King disabled, their primary wizards and magicians disabled via observer deceiving attack, we launch Spider and begin the real assault.
Sounds good. Okay. With that taken into account, is everyone ready for tactic selection?
Yay!
Sure.
I believe so.
I love
This is sounding a hell of a lot like Ambush, if you ask me.
What about ambush?
From the selected tactics here, and the enemy pools are going to be pretty low because, hey, they're not expecting a fucking attack from the sky. Like, they'll be able to see your ground armies coming unless you... Actually, now, here is a legitimate question. If Lythander... Well, actually, this question isn't really that important because Lythander's a lunar, so he could just fly. He could just fucking have some of the Ashen Ones act as paratroopers.
He was a fairy.
Mm-hmm.
Or whoever else is inside of the Crucible of Rebirth at the time when the assault launches.
Delectable.
And they were a fairy.
I'm just gonna go ahead and have the enemy tactician, as it were, make any kind of possible roll here via a attempted sabotage, and this is being rolled within excellency. Okay, so
successes.
I'm assuming that Lythander himself wants to do the catapult position, because as he has the pocket dimension on his side still, he can deploy everyone for maximum confusion, and that can be rolled with stealth.
Yeah.
Of course, this could also be any war step can also be rolled as a war action, so Gavel can still take the lead if you guys prefer.
I don't mind stealthing.
Okay. Go ahead and roll finesse plus stealth. And feel free to
I'm gonna pop an
add a stunt
excellency.
for the comedy factor of... Yep, and add a stunt for the spider cannon.
Alright, so you said stealth plus any any attribute?
Finesse.
Oh, this might not be good then.
You do get an additional dice on top of the other stuff, though, because you're using spider as part of this, and you have an intimacy to spider.
Yeah, so let's see, that would be 3 plus 8 is 11 plus 1 from that is 12 plus... Actually, wait, no. With how excellency works with this, I can pick the attribute here, if I remember correctly, since it's higher.
Yes, that's
So it would
correct.
it would be 8 from there, and then 4, which would be 12, 13. Then we had the stunt, which would be 15.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, it's been a while, and I just wanted to...
Yeah, no. I don't think that's ever come up before, but yeah, that's a subsection of all the attribute-based exalts instead of the ability ones.
I did that
Holy
incorrectly.
shit!
But that's 1,
Let's
2,
see.
3,
1,
4,
2.
5.
This could still succeed with the help of some aid actions from allies.
I am going to aid. What do I roll?
This is going to be your choice of either war or ranged combat, given that this
Ranged
is helping to provide the aerial
combat!
strike.
Fuck.
So is that 1 dice?
That's 1 dice, yes.
Yeah!
Oh my
Players
goodness
win
sakes.
ties!
Defenders win ties in warfare,
6.
or in battle.
Wait.
The enemy
I
has
have
a
a
6,
6.
but you could still be the benefit of
Oh,
more help
yeah.
actions.
Alright, what will I roll?
You could just roll war. I think that makes the most sense.
Alright. War, what
I don't
specific
know why
attribute?
it-
Finesse
I don't
war.
know. I don't know
Okay.
why it gave me so little.
I will use... Can I use an excellency?
Yes.
Then I
Yes.
shall do as that.
I remember I did that.
So...
I'm very sorry. I keep moving away from the microphone. I need better stream edit. I need better.
All right,
Recording etiquette. My
Lythander,
bad.
roll 2 more dice.
Oh my god. We're falling apart.
2 successes!
Hey!
Oh my goodness.
Success with 1 overflow.
C's get degrees, baby.
A 1 and a
C's
10.
do in fact get degrees.
No, it wasn't a 1 in
A
10. We had
successful
2 1 in 10 chances because we met.
Nice.
We were at
Mhm.
6, so we
Exactly.
just needed... One of these needed to succeed.
So this means that you guys have surprise as we are going into the combat. What that means is all the enemy characters have defense reduced by 1 during the first roll of combat. And additionally, storyteller actors cannot interrupt their turn order for the first round of combat. So the first round will be all the player characters and then all the antagonists. It won't be popcorn initiative for round 1.
Oh.
Mm.
So, we're probably going to use the image of Madara as a impromptu battlefield map. I'm just going to go ahead and pin that temporarily, so that we can all refer back to general city architecture and probably the part of the city, like, midway through that you guys are parachuting, like, past those mountains in the back for.
Mm.
So, describe your entrance.
Sosuke!
Hmm.
I don't know, we vibe.
You
I mean,
vibe
I'm
your way into
debating-
invading a city.
I'm debating between 2 different entrances at the moment.
You see, we go through the back door.
You kind of are going through the back door if you mean coming from above.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I didn't know we were going through the mouth.
I can give a brief... I could give an impromptu establishing shot and some GM narration if you're... So, anyway. It seems like a normal day in Madara for everyone. Perhaps the Tiger's Nest Coalition raiders were crossing a little bit too close over the line in the sand, so to speak, but beyond that, everything seemed normal. There was a lot of setup in the town square for that musicians concert. I have her name here, one moment. Yes, for Bawaro Huan Guiying. We'll just call her Guiying for the sake of actually saying a name and not tripping over our own asses every time by a bunch of white guys. In any case, tuning what seems like it seems like a normal loot at first glance, except it has a bladed edge to it. This is a loot that also functions as a chakram, strung through with what looks like green jade filament throughout all of it. And she looks up and is like wondering, those clouds seem to be kind of weird. Oh, those are people in those clouds. Oh no. Meanwhile, it is at this point when, from one side, the the assorted demon legions provided to you on loan from one God Eater Ball spend half their moat pool to materialize, because unfortunately that is a thing spirits have to do, is in order to interact with the material world they have to usually use some hefty magics to pop in. But they begin their march of hundreds of demons of all assorted breeds, with blood apes at the head and some assorted other monsters and monstrosities. A lot of demon spiders. Malpheus just has a lot of different kinds of spider for some reason.
So Spider is at home. Is
That
what you're
checks
saying.
out.
And all's right in the world. Anyway. The mortal troops are... They seem to be... Most of them are riding on Beastback, naturally. Effectively, they insert Pokemon of your choice here, and also a lot of real myth stuff of... They've got, like, camel tiger chimeras, and elephant bears, and insert Avatar Last Airbender creatures of your choice here. Yes, they in fact do have, they have a platypus sore. There is a man hiding in its mouth, just like in that
Is
gif.
there a Fedora store next to it?
Oh, wow.
Gotcha.
Unclear. But no, this is the wilderness they're marching through, and naturally this is when the klaxons begin going off, and unless you guys have a better idea for the signal for the cat's revolutionaries, you guys probably falling out of the fucking sky, glowing with your animas going off full force, is as good of a signal as any. Unless you have an idea for something cooler or funnier.
Alright,
Turn-
I think I have something in mind.
Alright, and you guys are probably launching, like, right on top of the palace portrayed at the Madara samples, right.
Okay. Right at the palace, you said? On the right side? Okay.
Unfortunately, also visible at the time is you do in fact see that Dragon King.
Oh, lovely.
They are currently hunched over at a comically tiny compared to him noodle stand. You just, like, via camera vision, you could just see the attendant just kind of awkwardly giving, you sure this guy's okay? Yes, he's of Clan of Katha, you could serve him. Okay, Mr. What kind of spice level would you like? What's the spiciest you have?
Respect.
And it's at that point when the shadows start showing up on everyone. Alatos, if you have something, feel free to fire.
Yes. Just one quick question. Are there any civilians in this area where Gavel would be at?
Yes.
Okay. So Gavel is going to descend from above before gently reaching down onto the ground and just casually walking a couple steps ahead. Basically basking into the glory of this entrance. And then she looks
Or
at all the
farming.
different... Yes. And then she looks at all the different civilians and sort of just counts them in her head, and then looks at them each individually in the eye. Run. Now.
Orders received from the scary anathema that fell from the sky, and a bunch of the civilians are fucking bolting.
Yep.
Yeah, the singer just kind of pauses, and you can already see anima start to flare as wood aspect power begins to pour through her. You know, I'm not usually much of a frontline combatant, but to what do we owe the occasion today?
I believe it is at this point that the others would be joining in their entrance.
Yep, Nue assumes her giant fucking kaiju form, escorted alongside the Ashen One's army.
Prasad is out, and we are in.
We were honestly, yeah, my manager said that they were looking to clamp down a bit further, so this is honestly as good of an excuse as any. I should note, even if you are able to kill me and, like, the rest of my band, and the old guy that came with me, this fight's not gonna go the way you think. I would reconsider. There's still time to leave with minimal casualties, if you want.
Oh, I'm sorry, but if you knew how much I had staked into this, you would realize that's not an option anymore.
Inhales? Alright. So be it. And she lifts up what appears to be sidereal prayer paper and tears it in half. It flares with energy as it dissolves into dust and goes somewhere.
And then, as if they were already there from the beginning, Aura is sitting next to this Dragon King guy, like looking at the menu, going, well, personally, I was eager to try some of this and some of the spices here. It's been a while since I've had some nice home cooked meals. What do you recommend?
Well, unfortunately, I'm not sure if anything will match up to the kinds of noodles we were able to have back in the first age. You would not believe the high-quality things we could import from using wild grain.
There's a simple simplicity to the stuff people can procure. For these days, though. You should try some of the stuff we got back home.
I should note, by the way, your girlfriend is alive, but has been thoroughly removed from the equation for now. By the time, no matter what way this goes, she'll be coming back some... I'm not quite sure exactly where my partner sent her, but it is well out of her usual sphere of influence.
So it's like
cut to the scene map, and she popped up all the way in fucking Ysir. All the way on that island at the fucking far right, at the lower right bottom of the screen.
Wait, so you send her, you warp her away, and then you have someone else place her back into reality?
No, we were just teaming up to warp her further than I would to on my own front. In any case...
That's like you're like passing the ball.
He finishes slurping the noodles, like finishes all the broth and everything, and puts the bowl down. Very well, then. I suppose this was going to be inevitable given our conversation earlier.
Mm-hmm.
He cracks his knuckles and goes into a fighting stance.
All right. And I creak my neck, and I stare him down. Fire wand drawn. Let's dance, big guy.
One other thing before join battle. Where's Lythander during the dramatic entrance?
Lythander is, I don't know. He is with the party.
Well, I wanted to at least give you some kind of cool intro, so I will go ahead and reveal this. Out from the front council chambers that you guys landed near, you appeared to have come when Parliament was in fact in session. Of a very panicked, sorceress apparition sprite, an infallible messenger that seems to have been able to give him some kind of autonomy, goes out and just screams in front of makes a horribly shrill yell, and out from behind it comes someone dressed in Prasadi regalia from the House of Orphis, and already glowing with her own prowess as well. Her anima's already starting to go off as well. She seems in her 40s, and Deebs, of course, even if they only live a couple centuries, an Exalted who actually looks old is a big fucking deal, given, power, age, linear scale. This is a wuxia setting. Be wary of the old people who know what they're doing. And I guess Lythander's just kind of sitting down on the steps. Or maybe he's just getting a drink of water at a nearby fountain. Or he's just staring off into space, either that one. In either case, wherever you are is wherever they are where the council lady is walking by, dressed in all of her finery and with a jade chain shirt glowing underneath her. Now, of all days, I suppose that's to be expected given what was predicted in the tea leaves, that... And she pauses for a second as what Lythander clearly recognizes she's trying to work her way through arcane fate. She met a Sidereal and is struggling to parse the memories and didn't quite make the check. She can't remember where she got, information and prophetic warnings from. In either way, let it be known that even if you manage to strike down the defenders of this city here, the consequences will come back to bite you, and this will be your grave. Thus says Orphis Haruth Sharahi. I take it you're that horrible gremlin I've been warned about, then.
Lythander just,
She is saying this to
is
Lythander.
not going to pay attention and just continue to walk by.
Okay. Very well, then I suppose I will take advantage to pass us up the chain.
They'll never believe you.
And she is getting an action.
I attempt to steal their memories.
That sounds like a good time to do join battle. Well, actually, we don't need to do join battle. You guys go first.
Yep.
You won that already through the war venture. So, Lythander, if you want to go first, feel free to do a build will to try and yank all the memories away. So, any attribute
6.
plus sagacity. That is 4 will.
Yep.
So you could cash 3 of that in to do theft of memory, which has a follow-up fortitude stealth check, I believe.
Or sagacity, if I remember correctly.
Or sagacity, and she will have a penalty. She has a -1 penalty to her defense for these purposes because of the sabotage.
Yep. Let's see. I just want to read the charm real quick. Theft of memory, 3 will. Finesse plus sagacity or stealth. 13 dice. 5 successes.
Defense was reduced to 3, so you got it.
I'm going.
What topic
I'm
are you stealing exactly?
so that she doesn't know either who we are, so that we can skip this fight entirely. Why
no,
not?
sorry.
Or that she saw us. I'm just deleting the quick memory of seeing us so that we can continue walking.
Unfortunately, we already had establishing sequences where the other two members of the podcast had combat taunts.
Oh. I'll steal her memory of who her commanding officer is.
Yeah, that actually checks out. She forgets what the chain of command is. And this will actually be pretty fucking important for a future war efforts, come to think of it, as now you know what the Prasadi chain of command is. And she just kind of starts blinking mid-wind-carried words and just kind of pauses and... What have you done? What did you do?
What did you do?
I don't know, and that's the problem! Alright, who wants to go next? There is Gavel, Aura, and the Ashen Ones. Spider, Nue, and all of the other Exalted allies are besieging the city gates right now. If the Ashen Ones aren't part of that, they can parachute into this combat directly. Via just the Lythander deposit.
What's it? Or if you have something in mind.
I thought it would be enemies go.
Nope, because of the sabotage, all the party goes first for the first round.
Okay. In that case, I will, I should start with my usual setup of performing a flurry to commit 2 motes. First one for Phantom Arrow, and the second one for, first one for Phantom Arrow. I'm going to aim, and I'm going to fire a withering attack at our friend, the Dragon King.
Okay. Ruach is the man's name.
Also, hold on. Actually, no, I'm going to commit 2 motes. One for Righteous Devil form, and the other for Phantom Arrow. So I can go ahead and just have those for the rest of the fight and not have to worry about it.
All right.
And then just if I am not within short range of him, I will attempt to move within short range of him.
All right.
I'll take my combat stance. Oh, excuse me. I'll take my combat stance.
All right.
There
Gavel, you want to go next?
Yes. Is there any combatants immediately in front of me that I can build power on?
Yeah, you could punch Hatsune Miku in the face.
Oh boy, alright. I shall proceed to give Hatsune Miku some slaps. Or wait, no, that's 10, 15, D15s. No, not quite. 2 successes. So I will take my overwhelm.
Yep, take your overwhelm. Your swing is normally enough to... By this point, you're powerful enough in the course of this narrative, you could pulp a normal human pretty easily, but even if you're landing a glancing blow, yeah, this is definitely a dragon blood, and beyond just that, this is the earth aspect you were warned about, so punching her is like punching a rock. Yeah. You could definitely punch harder at different angles to deal actual damage, but you could definitely... All that you managed to do is send her stumbling back a few steps, as she is very much tougher than she looks as part of the power of Pasiap flowing through her veins, as she just kind of... Damn you... Really would have appreciated a little more warning before getting my performance going, but I guess I can start early in a moment. And then is when the Ashen ones are gonna go, and they're just gonna do a withering attack on, everyone not wearing a primary color! Like in that one Power Rangers segment. They take their overwhelm of 5. As they begin fucking wrecking shit all in this picturesque courtyard. The handful of other soldiers, mainly, who are in this scene as, like, background fodder. Like, there's a bunch of extras in this scene, effectively. If any of you guys have stuff that proc off extras, this would affect the rank and file Madaran soldiers. They would have had a battle group if it weren't for Cat Sabotage, who immediately caused them to rout and sabotage and do shit on that front. Now is when the enemies are going to be getting to do their counterattacks, though. We're going to go ahead and start with Miku, who is going to go ahead and just kind of smile and put on what seems like a wooden mask. It looks a little bit like this.
Oh. Oh my goodness.
Too late! I'm already in character! Now you will face the might of all Prasad, and it's wonderful! And it's... And sorry, forgot which dragon she was going to be referring to. Gillis's barbed thorn. You have no idea what the fuck she's doing, but whatever it's going to be doing, it's giving her double 8s to everything relevant to what this character is, as she has activated Terrifying Forest Devil Mask. And she is going to be flurrying this with starting a performance. Specifically a performance referring to Battle Anthem of the Exalted. Scrolling down to explain what this does. There it is. Commit 1 mote for the scene. At the start of every round, all allies gain 1 power and increase their overwhelm by 1. While this charm is active, the Exalt may only take reflexive actions. This effect ends if the Exalt's unable to keep performing, such as by being knocked down. Dragonblooded mode, Bond of the Dragon's Blood. They may take non-reflexive actions that only target allies. Or Hearthmates, in this case. Of which the other Dragonbloods in the scene do count as. Next up is going to be, our friend the Dragon King. Yep, just going to briefly, scroll down to exactly what charm he is going to be firing off. Going back down into the font of Esoteric Wisdom. Oh, wait, no, that's too far. Too far! Oh no! Alright, he is going to immediately just turn to face, Aura, and as you are setting up your stance, oh, I've heard stories about your art with that. None of that here! He spends 2 motes on Dragon's Roar Exhaleration. He's just straight up breathing fucking fire at you. And what this does is, this bypasses normal damaging effects to just fucking cause environmental hazards if it hits.
Oh.
However, he also, because of the sun's bellows, he gains his force as bonus damage to all essence or breath-based attacks. 3 dice on the, Alright, so he's going to be making an attack on Aura and the Ashen ones, and because this is area of effect, the Ashen ones, as a battle group, will take more damage. Oop. Oh no, the fire alarm! Because he breathed the fire!
Very well timed. My old nemesis, the environmental hazard.
You are going to need to make a fortitude plus physique check to defend against as your skin starts to fucking crystallize.
Oh shit.
He is making a scream at a frequency that turns bones into rocks.
I appear to not have succeeded. Oh dear.
Yeah, you take 3 you take 3 base plus whatever this is gonna be.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh my. So that's
Plus
7
7
health.
7?
1
I am
2
incapacitated.
You could
I am
take
incapacitated.
Oh my god, he really wasn't kidding about taking you out on the fucking spot. You could take a dramatic injury if you
I'll
prefer
take that.
instead.
I'll take that.
Can you believe that Aura got taken down? Our tank got taken down? Can you believe our tank got taken down?
He got real fucking lucky with that damage roll.
Mm-hmm.
This dramatic injury could be to any of your merits or to minus just one of your attributes.
Let's see. Fuck it. Push my finesse down by 1.
I have bad news. Your bones are rocks.
Mm-hmm.
That's your dramatic injury, is that your bones are rocks now.
Oh, that's bad.
And unlike Dragonbloods, where that's part of the design, these bones being rocks are exceptionally painful, and B, even if it's... this is gonna cause problems. Thankfully, Lythander can fix this, probably.
Lythander has no idea how to fix this. Oh no.
You could treat any dramatic injury.
That's what
and
you
this
think.
is one of them.
Jeez.
I mean, you healed Gavel's spine with mushrooms.
Yeah, but do you
Also,
think mushrooms
a
can
reflexive-
replace stone?
I guess I got a little sidetracked to notice, but I was gonna reflexively glorious solar arsenal to get before he attacked to get a build power action on to summon my armor and then get a build power action after it.
I think you could still do that, and as a note, because of that deflection, the dramatic injury means you don't take any of the damage, but your
Okay.
bones are still rocks. I'm
Okay.
sorry, you're just gonna have to live with that for a little bit, with your bones being rocks.
Jeez Louise! Right away? Aren't we gonna have a little bit of preamble first?
I am so fucking old and tired of preamble and dramatic speeches. I would prefer to get right to business. Now, the Ashen ones only take 7 health levels of damage. They have 23 left.
Oh, well, I mean,
Oh, wait,
at least they're
actually,
still
wait, they still get to fucking roll to resist. My mistake.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I was gonna take
Oh, holy
9
shit!
health.
Never mind that
All right.
damage. How this, I think, happens is the Ashen ones are by now trained enough with their psychic powers that they form into a phalanx of psionic energy and just kind of parry the scream. Like, you were seeing a lot of fucking air shockwaves going through the entire square right now as your men all team up to block it. Unfortunately, Aura was out of formation and so just took the hit.
Oh, goodness.
This, however, does render them vulnerable to what the enemy commander, to what Sharahi is going to try and do. Gonna spend 1 mote on did I authorize this? Just kind of looks at everyone, snaps her fingers, and, attempts to blow the Ashen ones right out of the fucking city.
Oh.
Just the fucking air cannons, just try and yeet them with the raw force of the elements. Okay, Gavel? All of the Ashen ones take a -2 penalty to everything, I believe.
Oh.
This only because their drill is elite, this only means they get a +1 bonus to most actions instead of the usual crazy +3, as they are able to keep themselves chained to the ground and fighting, but it is taking a significant amount of the supernatural tap. Like, effectively, it's negating their supernatural advantages for the rest of the encounter, so they're just working off the normal mortal prowesses for now.
Okay. Not great, but not awful, at least.
Yeah, and the unfortunate thing is, she is also flurrying this with Stormcalling Stratagem. I do remember this was used against you previously and was kind of a pain in the ass, but if you have any kind of weather that clears or opposes, or any kind of magic that clears or opposes weather, rather, this can fight back against that. This is going to be scrolling down. Oh, god damn it. My computer's having a little trouble charging, but it should be fine for now. Yes. Commit 1 mote. Enemy battle groups suffer a 3 dice environmental penalty on all physical actions taken in combat. Individuals suffer a 2 dice penalty instead. Penalties all a fucking round. Indeed. As the skies open up, and like in the intro said, instead of rain, it appears to be just... It's raining pollen. Pollen is exploding from the sky and just making everyone fucking sneeze and doing horrible things to everyone's sinuses.
Ugh.
It's not as outright... In some ways, it's easier to fight in than a rainstorm. In some ways, it's much, much worse. Player action. Now we are beginning the popcorn initiative, is the note.
Okay. I finally have some power. But my bones are rocks now. Alright, how close am I to this dragon?
Short range.
Perfect. I'm going to take aim. I'm going to perform a... I'm going to spend 2 motes for Observer Deceiving Attack. Also, I should be counting Anima. I'm at 5 now. Perform a... of course, for anybody who hasn't seen it before, Observer Deceiving Attack. The Solarman attempt a Distract Gambit with a 2 dice bonus, and then immediately follow with a Withering ranged attack. This attack does not suffer flurry penalties and cannot be countered. Mist on Water. At instance 3, victims of this charm are supernaturally silenced for 3 of the Solar's turns. I may also commit 1 mote on step 5 to conceal the direction of this attack, and its effects, such as blood or bodies. I will be doing that. And I will be doing that so that he is confused.
Okay.
This effect lasts indefinitely or until someone successfully notices my work. Although I guess if I'm going to... I guess that kind of feels like superfluous because he's going to notice because I shot him.
Yeah, as a note, he did just use a sonic-based attack.
Yep. None of that. No more.
You've already turned my bones to rocks. You won't do that to anyone else.
Not letting him do that again.
Just to check, how long is everyone's recording time going? I just want to make sure I haven't lost any more.
1 hour.
1 hour, 10 minutes.
Okay,
yep,
exact same as mine.
About to hit 11 minutes, and now 11 minutes.
Okay, so
1 hour, 11 minutes.
Only a few seconds lost from the earlier issues. Good. All right, we can keep going.
And I'm aiming, so I get 3 dice, a 3 dice bonus, and let me see, where is it? I get a 3 dice bonus, and thanks to Righteous Devil form, I also get extra attack dice, 3 at close range, and my accuracy, 3 at close range, 2 at short, and 1 at medium. So I don't even need to use my By the way, how do these gambits work? By the way,
They cost power to enact.
Yeah, I spent some power to enact them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I do the gambit, and then I roll something.
Finesse close combat or finesse range combat. Sorry.
I got 7 successes on that.
All right, that's a hit.
On the distract gambit.
I think that decreases his defense down to 0.
Lovely. And then, of course, the follow-up withering attack, which benefits from my aim. From my aim dice, which totals out to 16. I believe that was step 1. Right? Step 1. Spend 2 motes on step 1. You know, I say it. I often say it, but I have to say it again. It is bizarre how often Observer Deceiving Attack has saved me from a jam over the course of this campaign.
It is very funny.
Withering Ranged Attack. Silence for 3 solar turns. Commit 1 mote on step 5. Okay, yeah. It's just that. And I get 3 accuracy on this. I don't know if I get 3 accuracy on this. I think I get 4 accuracy on this. So that's 10 successes.
You got a power cap?
Nice!
That's
And he is supernaturally silent, and now he's supernaturally silenced for 3 turns.
Unfortunately, I thought ahead, and that is not his only method of dealing damage. Just the craziest one.
It's just the highest one, so I'm glad it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm at power cap. And his defense is 0, which means anyone who is within reach can deal good damage to him.
Now he's going to be making a counterattack as he is taking the next turn, as he is going to try and do the roar again, realize that you've temporarily stopped that. He rolls his eyes and then activates Form of the Terrible Ancestors, committing another 2 motes to have all of the following shit happen at once. Unarmed decisive attacks that successfully deal damage deal 1 additional level of damage, and they gain +3 dice of damage against foes suffering from reduced soak. Because of Crushing Jaws, unarmed decisive attacks that spend 5 or more powers inflict a dramatic injury if they successfully inflict damage. And because of Primordial Bone and Plate, they have the Durable 1 quality, and their soak has the artifact tag, so it goes up an additional 2. As they just, all of a sudden, they just become much bigger and thicker and Rob Liefeldier. They're just drawn like they're in the fucking Dark Age of comics. And they are going to be making part of this into their own withering attack. Okay, instead of, what's your defense?
My defense is 5.
Okay, but their fists are also on fire because of the Dragon King variant of the Fist of Iron technique. They had the fire tag on there. So they get their overwhelm normally they would get their overwhelm of 4. However, they are instead using the charm that they have, getting back to my notes again, Staggering Blows Advance, to forgo power to reduce your defense by the equivalent amount. So your defense is reduced by 4, and he is spending 1 mote to still gain half that power, putting him at 3 total from the Battle Anthem of the Exalted.
However, he cannot move away from me reflexively either.
Correct.
Yes. Cool.
Alright. Next up, player action.
Let's see. I might as well go. It is time to build more power.
But I'm glad I got a new mouse that works now. It's vertical, and it's pink. So it's beautiful.
Ooh, nice. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride!
Happy Pride indeed.
Alright, so that's, I believe that's, I said that's 4 power to you.
Okay. There we go.
All right. How much power is Gavel at the moment?
I am at 7 power.
Cool. All right, so we're all high on power.
Next up is going to be the musician, and she is going to be activating Greatness Inspiring Aura, the old standby.
Mm-hmm.
To give her a 2 success bonus on a build power roll, which, because of the custom mode she has for Battle Anthem and the Exalted, it's only going to be targeting her hearthmates of the other chosen in the scene. So she is going to be doubling 8s on this Inspire action.
Oh my goodness.
Well, it's a good thing she had the fucking double 8s.
Yeah.
And then a 2 success bonus. 9. So that is 6 power. She is going to be given 5 of that to Sharadi and 1 of that to the Dragon King.
Huh. Alrighty then.
Alright, player action. Lythander or the Ashen ones.
I believe in you, Lythander.
I could just have the
I
Ashen
guess-
ones go if Korak is still thinking of stuff right now. They are going to, they actually do have enough power to make a, decisive attack on, the fucking pop star, so they're gonna go ahead and back up their boss. Unfortunately, the rain is giving them fucking massive penalties on dice rolls, but they'll see if they can at least hit. Holy shit, guys!
Oh my goodness sakes!
Even with the dragon blood, like hardening things that I think the like she is earth aspects, so I think she has something in her oh no, that doesn't really help. That only helps when she gets to iconic. Alright, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4 9 successes versus her current defense of 5. So yes, so that's going to be a 4 overflow with 5 power spent.
Oh my
And thankfully
goodness.
this is not affected by the rain.
Come on, lads, I
Oh my
believe!
God!
I believe!
Did the Ashen ones just kill Hatsune Miku?
Hey, yo.
We're about to find out.
Yes!
Let me check her stat sheet to find that out.
Finally, someone in this group is rolling well!
And it's the NPCs!
Let's go! Love to see it.
So that is a total of... yeah, she's gonna go ahead and take a dramatic injury.
Oh my goodness! Gavel got the
She's...
troops so hyped up that they managed to do it themselves.
Yep, they killed an Exalt! Actually, let me double check their stat line for damage total. So that is going to be... Sorry. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Plus their default damage rating of 2, so 13. Oh, yeah, she's just fucking totaled. So, yeah,
Wow.
dramatic injury. As you strike the...
Though that does also mean she technically gets knocked down, right?
Yes, but, she's out of the combat because she's taking a dramatic injury. In this case, via activating a Dragon Nest Metempsychosis.
Cool.
As she dissolves into rocks as she is hammered with javelins and spears and arrows that cut away at part of her body. And the loot she has at her sides begins to glow, and she appears to have been being sucked into her loot. And all of you guys can tell, like, this is not how someone is dying is going. This is another one of those wacky escape death effects. But because she's only a terrestrial level exalt, the exact prowess and working of this are probably limited. Like, this seems like out of character, this is a once a story effect.
Okay.
So she only has to get out of death free card through this specific thing without other dramatic injuries once. Because it would not be narratively appropriate for Hatsune Miku to die here. And she is carried up on the wind as a whisper in a wind and a prayer. And she is out of the combat for now, and thus the battle anthem of the Exalted immediately ends. They just... A bunch of the Asher ones just kind of look at each other. Did we just gank an Exalt on our own? Yeah, man, we just ganked an Exalt on our own. Fuck yeah, man! Fuck yeah, man! Praise to the ancestors! Well, it's day. They can't be here. They're all kind of ghosts. You know, ghosts don't like to... Well, yeah, I know, but still. In any case, enemy action now. As Sharadi's eye just begins fucking twitching as they see what they thought would be a cornerstone of the city's defense just immediately eat shit and almost die. I worked for a decade to get this city under our protection, and I am not letting it be ripped away by a bunch of ingrates yokels from nowhere.
Of course, he doesn't say that because he thinks that.
That was
supernaturally silenced.
That was Sharadi, who has not been supernaturally silenced.
Okay, that was Sharadi. Okay, of course.
Yeah,
I got confused. Their names are scary.
Ruach and Ruach's the Dragon King. Sharadi is the Prasadi ambassador.
I see.
All right, I am just going to be scrolling down to see if this is going to be going off here. They are going to spend the 5 power on the sub-mode of Stormcalling Stratagem. Once this guide continues to cooperate, I should have written a little bit more of this down so it's not rendering in the fucking delay hell. But we'll do what we can. Yeah, against an enemy battle group. So yeah, he is going to be using Anathema Slaying Tempest to attack the Ashen Ones. They're going to resist this hazard with their secondary pool. Unfortunately, not a successful resistance, as a bunch of the Ashen Ones, they take 8 health levels of damage.
Owie.
So the attack that they managed to, instead of being a turn to fucking crystal, a good amount of Gavel's countrymen are fried.
Double owie.
And unfortunately, there are in fact going to be deaths from this, even if, a large portion of people were grounded, and there were a handful of miraculous survivals. Yeah, unfortunately, lightning strikes are fucking deadly.
Yeah, we'll make sure to pay back for this.
Yeah, and she does look directly at Gavel after this. Reminder that this could have been avoided. Look what you made me do! Now that we're in the new round of combat, by the way, background sorcerer roll.
Oh.
Okay. And also, speaking of background rolls, something that wasn't going to take effect in the first round because of the ambush does take effect now via Sidereal magics. Remember that red-headed Sidereal you guys met in the Dreamscape?
Somewhat.
You see an overlay of her in between yourselves and the Dragon King. As the dust that was in the prayer piece that the musician had blows over to him, and she overlays and begins striking. It seems like she's doing a bunch of Fist of the North Star pressure point strikes. And she has activated on Ruach the following ability from the Border of Kaleidoscopic Logic style. The motions that this projection of her are making seem physically impossible. Like, this is definitely, this is absolutely a sidereal martial art bullshit you can tell she's immediately using, because she's effectively cohabitating this body. So, because of Border of Kaleidoscopic Logics, Ruach's gonna get extra action each round.
Oh.
And additionally, she is going to be flurrying this with Perfect Ego Juggernaut. Instead of rearranging the target's virtues, the Exalt grants her target a 5 success bonus on all actions for the rest of the scene. Each time she uses this bonus, the success is decreased by 1. She pokes Ruach in the pressure point, and It seems like all the kind of lizardine features just pop out of him all at once. Like, this is getting into Lunar Chimera weird shit territory of he effectively is like the whole reptile segment of the zoo poking out of him. As he is just flooded with raw celestial power from this sidereal source where she's remotely piping power in. She's not physically in the scene. This is a projection of her that she's just some kind of weird esoteric magics from the slip in order to do. So, Lythander, you're up. Alright, the Ashen One successfully took out Hatsune Miku, who dissolved into mist and ran away for another fight, and a bunch of the Ashen Ones were hit by fucking lightning. Also, a Sidereal did some bullshit to the Dragon Man, who got real fucking strong because of that.
I guess I will do a build power action by using Glorious Exalted Blast for a Withering attack.
Okay.
5. Plus Artifact, which gives +1, right?
Mm-hmm.
So...
Yep, so that is going to be 4 power.
Gotcha. That sounds good.
Alright, next up is Ruok's other action, who is... after realizing that the fucking roar isn't working, they begin glowing with... They seem like a perfected version of themselves. And their body is actively reshaping in front of their eyes. Your eyes, too. Like, you're reasonably sure that Ruok wasn't as stacked as she was beforehand. Happy Pride. As they are hot-swapping themselves between tons of different bodies and presentations, all on the spot. Glowing with all the colors of the rainbow, naturally. Anyway, Withering attack on Aura. With the 5 bonus successes, that is going to be 5 plus 1 plus...
Sorry, hold on. 5 bonus successes?
Perfected Ego Juggernaut. But that drops to 4 bonus successes for their next action.
Oh, cool.
So... You thought Sidereal martial arts were horrifying before? You ain't seen shit.
And this bitch is occupying the same action block as Ruok?
She is giving Ruok an extra turn. It's now
So
the end of round 2 though.
So I gotta take her down first.
Well, she's not physically there, it seems.
So I gotta take down Ruok. Got it.
Ruok has just been fucking supercharged and is glowing with probably the most essence you've seen since all of your interactions with Third Circle demons. Like, their essence level has been temporarily pumped the fuck up. Alright, start at round 3. Everyone regain a mote.
Dip it.
Except Gavel, who gets 2, because of the overcharge from Infernal stuff.
Indeed.
Alright, the Ashen Ones can go first if no one else has any other minds in right now.
Not at the moment.
Alright, they're gonna all charge in and fucking, continue to Leroy Jenkins, the big one. Unfortunately, the rain penalties are still fucking with them pretty bad. Oh. Only the overwhelm.
Oh.
As even with, they're still trying to be blown away by the storm and focusing on trying not to die from all the lightning strikes. So the killing blow that they just struck against the musician does not seem as effective against the armored, massively powerful Juggernaut who keeps shifting between like being 8 feet tall and 4 feet tall, and also shifting between gender presentations and scale color, and they are flickering between so many goddamn shapes it's almost lunar-esque.
Oh no.
Alright,
Also, I just remembered we were supposed to send in the spider.
That's happening in the background, don't worry. Spider will massacre the entire army without a roll. Asterisk. But that's something for after the fight. Anyway.
Exactly.
Ruach is going to be up next and is going to be making a decisive attack on Aura. With 4 bonus successes. And a close combat excellency.
Well, let's hope this one doesn't deal 9 levels of damage again. Okay, that's only like...
Well, your defense is still reduced. Or was that only for 1 round? I think that was only for 1 round.
That was only for 1 round. My defense is back up to 5, I think.
Okay, they do have their attacks do have the artifact tag now, so that is going to be 2 accuracy, so 7 successes on the attack roll. Do you have a way to boost... What's up?
How many successes?
7 total.
Yeah. Okay. I don't really have a way to boost defense as much. Let's see. Lightning speed. No, that's virtues. Sunsight. My soak is 4, at least.
That's not nothing.
Thanks to my armor. To my artifact armor. I don't know if that does anything.
Yeah, artifact armor further increases soak if memory serves.
By how much?
Scrolling down to the Panoply segment. Normal is it heavy armor?
It is...
Probably just normal, so 1 soak, but the artifact tag would increase the soak by 1, so it gives you 2 soak.
Okay, good. So it is 4.
Plus 1 if you have from your first purchase of Ox Body, so 5, I think.
Yes.
Alright, so what's your defense right now?
It is 5.
Okay, so that's a success with 2 overflow. So, because of the Dragon King buff, I think he gets the...
And let's see. Let me actually check one more thing, because I actually do have one more thing.
Okay. As you do that, I'll check this one more thing for...
I will...
Ruach's damage bonuses.
When targeted by a decisive attack, spend 1 mote on step H to cause the attacker to suffer 1 health level of damage per every 1 they roll on damage.
So that's a counterattack, so you'll be able to do that after this resolves.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, the Rending Talons, so this is going to deal an additional level of damage from that, and because this is spending 5 or more power, this will deal an additional dramatic injury even if you take another one. Okay, so that's 12 dice.
Oh.
5.
5.
And he has a base damage right now of 2. So 7.
Okay, so...
Yep, that's
so
7 damage coming your way.
Bounces... 5 of that damage is going to bounce off my soak of 5.
And you
I'm
take,
take
and because of the jaw fuck up, you take a dramatic injury.
Oh,
another
geez.
one.
That's 2. Oh dear.
So what's gonna happen to you in addition to your bones being crystal?
Where is he attacking?
He's just gonna try and nom your head off.
He takes one of my ears.
Oh.
Now before you decide on that, like, permanent physical changes to your character, you could take it to a merit if you'd prefer. Or other parts of you.
Okay. Let's just say, fuck it. He eats my resources.
Give me a moment to think of how that works, narratively speaking. Okay, I've got it. You feel something shift inside of you as his magic is beginning to fuck with your own, solar awareness of the Golden Hawk restaurant establishment chain. And as he pulls back, you could see a spiritual orb that looks an awful lot like the Golden Hawk restaurant's, corporate logo being pulled out of you. He swallows it, and you could sense he now has stake in the corporation. He looks mildly confused as he continues chewing. Actually, we might be able to use this to our benefit for supplying the troops. Seems like... I do hate to break it to you, but even if you do win this fight, it won't be a clean victory. What you've taken cannot be so easily gained back. Or what we've taken. Also, your bones are still rocks, I think. Also, your pants are down.
Also, he didn't roll any ones.
Also, yeah, he did not roll any ones.
Damn it. Oh well. Whatever.
Oh, by the way, one other change that happened. I mentioned that Ruach appears to be, rapidly hot-swapping through gender presentations. It seems like your cup size went down when she bit you.
Wow.
What? Rude! You hater-ass dragon!
Who do you think took your boobs, Sora?
Give them back!
Player action.
Oh my goodness.
Give them back!
So who hasn't gone yet?
Nobody. This is the top of the new round.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Or
Yeah,
do
it was
you want
just
to
the
get your
Ashen
boobs
ones who
back?
went so far.
I want to get my boobs back, please.
You want to get then? If you want to get your boobs back, you're more than welcome to.
I would say,
Before Gavel comes in with the steel chair.
Ruach did not undo your HRT or anything. They are just stealing parts of your merits, which include part of your appearance.
You are now 1 cup size smaller.
Don't worry,
Okay,
Lythander
I'm
can
going to
increase it by 5.
Step in. Aim a fire wand attack. Spend 1 mote for Blossom of Inevitable Demise, so that I double 9s on damage. I am rolling, I believe I'm at dice cap as well because of the additional accuracy.
I should note, there are ways to skirt the dice cap at Essence 5.
It's true.
That's
which you are within eyeshot of.
This is with 4 accuracy, I believe. So let's see. That is 11. 11 successes. And I double 9s on damage.
Okay, Ruach has a defense of 5, and she is going to be spending 2 motes on Iron Kettle Body to increase her soak.
That's fine, because my attack is going to ignore 1 point of soak, because I'm about to spend an additional mote, because I'm going to spend an additional mote on Dazzling Flare, to add 5 dice, a 5 dice bonus to the damage of my decisive ranged attack, and it ignores 1 point of the enemy's soak. Every 2 dice that exceed the dice limit become automatic successes. I'm going to be spending all of my power on this attack. How much overflow was that? It is
you were
6,
at caps.
I believe. See, yes.
Oh wait, you spent some on a gambit, so.
No, I got the power cap from the withering attack that
okay,
followed.
then you're a cap then.
So I'm going to spend all 10 power. With 6 that would be 6 overflow. 6 overflow plus 4 plus 4 additional 5 additional dice of bonus damage. I bypass dice cap by 1, which means I get 1 bonus success in addition to my existing 1 bonus success damage, and I'm going to be doubling 9s.
Oh my goodness.
So let's see. 5 dice. Dice limit. Every dice that would exceed the dice limit, every 2 dice that would exceed the dice limit become automatic successes. This may be used during a clash. Gain an additional anima. Also, I should be gaining some more anima. Please, God, allow me to deal some good damage tonight. I'm begging you. All right, that looks pretty good. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 damage.
Okay, they take 6 health levels of damage.
Remember, they ignore 1 point of soak.
Yep, that's with that taken into account.
6 levels of damage. Good stuff.
Yep, and they are knocked into health penalties now on the rolls. As you fire a massive shot at them, one of your boobs returns to their normal size.
Oh, what?
Just one.
They're not symmetrical!
You gotta hit him again to get the other one.
Ah!
Or maybe Gavel can come in with the steel chair, depending.
As they spit back up and just kind of shrug at the clothing that they're hot swapping to. Well, I was intending on making a good impression at the diner back at the Pure Way. Given that it's a matriarchy, I was thinking of shifting into my female body for that, but I guess that's not going to be the case, because I can't get a good figure going with that yet right now, thanks to you.
Fuck you! You stole my boobs! I got no sympathy for you!
I might just have to make a pride joke in the episode title of this. Alright, in any case,
Just title it with the quote, "Fuck you, you stole my boobs."
I don't know if I could do that, mainly because of, iTunes rules.
Oh.
And, other advertising stuff, but I could use that as, out of context advertising for the episode. You thought
You
thought penis thieves were bad in mythology. A new challenger has entered the ring.
Oh, no.
Prasadi boob woman captured. Gives warning to authorities. There are more boobed women. Alright, enemy action. It's going to be, Ruok's other move, then. As she's gonna try and... Actually, no, it's gonna be the other guy's factor. Or, Sharadi. She is just going to be making a glorious exultant blast of her own at Lythander.
Okay.
Alright, she is just gonna take her overwhelm of 3, I think. Oh, wait, what's your defense?
My defense is, I believe, 4.
Okay, so because of the accuracy, she will actually get more power from that then. Yeah, she gets 5 power.
Okay.
As Lythander, she zaps you with a bolt of slightly less concentrated lightning, and because of your fucking moon fortitude and all the shapes you have in you, you are able to shrug off any long-term damage, aside from having your skeleton be visible for a few frames. Actually, what skeleton is visible for a few frames? Is it a human one or one of your others?
It's a human one.
Okay. Made of normal bones instead of crystal for now. Your hair stands all funny on end for a moment.
Yeah.
I suppose that killing you with one fell swoop wasn't to be expected. As much as you would outmatch me in a one-on-one fight, I will point out that we have the calvalry coming in. Enjoy the battle being in your favor while you can, she says, as her anima is going off even more, and anima flux is probably coming into effect now for her. So if you get into close range of her, just her ambient power will start dealing damage thanks to Dragonblood abilities. Lythander or Gavel, then?
Lythander, do you have any plans?
Not really.
Okay, what is the nearest enemy to Gavel at the moment?
That would be Ruok.
Alright.
Who is now, you are now seeing, just gonna get into an argument and rapidly hot swapping through a bunch of shapes, including, you probably do over here, fuck you, you stole my boobs.
Alright. Would 7 power be enough for a decisive strike on Ruach?
Yes, because they were already attacked. And the
okay.
hardness decreased from, what Aura was doing.
Alright.
So hardness is 6 for now.
Okay, actually... Aura, would you mind if I did one more withering attack to try and get full power, just in case? Or should I go in for the attack now? Aura?
Are.
Do you want Gavel to do the decisive strike now, or should I, or do you want to potentially try and get another hit in?
I mean, I don't have any power right now,
All
so
right,
like if you
fair.
could, that would be great.
All right, Gavel's gonna try and come in with the steel chair.
Awesome.
All right.
Great.
Ruach's gonna be spending 2 motes on Heavenly
Great.
Guardian defense to boost her defense.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh, probably not the exact name of the thing, but it's a Force plus close combat roll to boost your defense against 1 attack for spending 2 motes.
Okay.
And this is with their health penalty taken into account for the dice pool.
Mm-hmm.
So their defense increases from 5 to 11.
Oh goodness. Please. Nope, not quite.
Unfortunately, Ruach is able to block your steel chair.
My God.
Ding.
Yep,
Well, at
covered
least you
in...
get to keep.
Yeah, you only lose 1 power.
Indeed.
Yes, you get to keep some of that.
And this charm does cost a pretty significant amount of motes, and they've been blowing through a pretty considerable amount, so they can't keep doing that defense forever. As blocks your strike looks over at you, their face looks a lot, they were wearing suddenly they found a few moments to put on makeup in between the fight. Oh no, wait, it's gone. Oh no, wait, their facial features keep changing again. Now that you're getting close, you're seeing what the fuck this Sidereal martial art is doing. It's doing the Jobu Tupaki thing of swapping through a bunch of different variations of yourself. Like, this is way weirder than what the lunar shapeshifting is, because it's not just shapeshifting through, like, different lizard breeds and different variations of themselves. It seems for all the world like they're specifically adapting to all the shots. Like, they are definitely taking on, like, fire essence energy and other, like, actual, like, more draconic features as opposed to some of the avian features they were starting out this fight with. Like, they are actively adapting to what you're throwing at it. It's the Mr. Freeze boss fight from Arkham City. Alright, that means it is going to be Ruach who is going to be making a withering attack on Gavel. This won't be with an excellency because they need to conserve motes at this rate. What's your defense, champ?
My defense is 5.
So they gain their overwhelm of 4.
Okay.
Alright, they are now at 4 power. Oh, wait, sorry. I actually misspoke. I forgot about the fucking perfected ego juggernaut bonus. So your defense is 5, so that is going to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5 power. And the perfected ego juggernaut bonus is dropped to 2.
Alrighty then.
As the rapid adaptation does seem to be still present, but is slowing. This is a fucking busted effect, but so there's a time limit on how long you can get it for, naturally.
Thank
And you do
goodness.
see occasional flickers of the Sidereal that is kind of co-located with them seems to be becoming more solid. Like she's getting closer and there's less of a transmission error or distance. Alright, next up is going to be, Lythander. He may have had to step away for a moment given some stuff in the background that's not my space to talk about. I could do a little bit of scene-setting narration for, meanwhile, back at the ranch, as, we cut the spider in the barracks who is fucking covered in blood. It is the fucking aftermath of the one scene from Invincible episode 1. You know the one.
Oh, no.
He has in fact gone full Omni-Man. And it's at this point when you hear some applause in the back. They really weren't kidding about how dangerous you are. That was really fucked up. I was only able to save, like, what, a handful of those guys? Sorry, who are you? Oh, right, yeah, sorry. It's been pretty rude of me for me not to introduce myself. My name is Honest Sin. You paused for a dramatically appropriate moment. Is that supposed to mean something to me? Oh, I'm just an old woman here seeking a challenge. As she walks onto frame, we see a elderly woman with Chinese-esque features in terms of real-world ethnicities who seems to be, like, in her 50s. Again, old exalt things, with the sign of Mars glowing on her forehead. A very brief cut back to the fight as, Aura, you sense that broken promise coming home to roost right the fuck now. Oh, you're a Sidereal martial artist! That means I could learn so much from you! And he goes in from a swing with his fucking Abacant Sepulture of Extinction style that she stops with a single hand. She is automatically succeeding at the following events that are taking place because this is the consequences of the Broken Eclipse Oath. And she parries
Who is automatically succeeding?
This new Sidereal who is in Spider Zone right now.
Oh, no.
That she parries it with what seems like a string of thread that extends between her fingers, glowing with essence. She is moving strange, like the overcrank undercrank effect as described earlier.
How did Spider break the oath again?
He tried to kill you guys in the middle of the Wild Hunt to give you a challenge,
now?
quote unquote. No, way back, like Act 3.
Oh, okay.
And this is the consequences of that.
Okay.
One more, I will continue describing the consequences of this event then. As she, wraps a thread and ties a knot around his arm. Oh, that's a very interesting technique you have there. That's the powers that the Bishop of Abacant Sepulture, or whatever the fuck his name was able to make. I see. That'd really be fucked up to get hit by. If you are able to hit me. The temple forms into existence around him as she actually stumbles upon one of its bricks and manages to block with considerable effort and usage of defensive magics. A punch that would have taken her head clean off. Oh wow, you actually are quite good at this. I'm going to go nip this in the bud then. And she pulls out a prayer strip. And it burns. And time stops. She ties another knot in place on one of his limbs. It unstops. He goes in for a kick, ties it on one of his legs. Well, that seems good enough for me then. Let's nip this problem in the bud. As much as I would like a good fight, it would be best to take you out of the equation. As she does fucking this to him.
Oh.
Please ignore the text.
Again, sorry about all that.
No problems. I just cut to the consequences of Spider's actions.
What does Spider do?
Oh!
As with one clean chop of her arm, she cuts all of Spider's limbs off.
Oof.
Like Diavolo.
No, like fucking Anakin.
No, I'm just remembering how Diavolo literally, with one punch, just took Polnareff into bits.
Like a disassembled Lego minifig.
Oh, goodness.
He screams in frustration and, yes, some pain, and he is pumping several motes into trying not to die charms from bleeding out. And just to make absolutely sure, another life venom. She kicks him The another like venom quickly spreads and corrodes through Spider's body as he turns into...
Oh.
Trying to think what this would do. Like, what kind... Ah, no, I've got it. A potted plant.
Oh, no.
Forever, a potted plant. Oh no.
Spider will never recover.
Like, when I say she turns him into a potted plant, what I mean is his flesh warps and distorts and he becomes a very bloody, drippy, like leaves erupt from his body, his skin turns to bark, his ribcage extends outwards and turns into ceramic. Oh, content warning, body horror, by the way. And, he is plant. With the dust cast mark still burning above the plant. She pauses right before she would smash it. As tempting as it would be to finish you here, you did actually show legitimate potential with those techniques you were using. If you're able to actually figure out how to come back from that, I welcome you to fight me again. Where I won't ambush you and use the powers of your broken oath of heaven against you. Best of luck. And she absences out. Hey, meanwhile, back to the fight. Aura, you could tell something fucking terrible has happened to Spider, but you're not sure what.
Oh no. There's that shoe that dropped.
Oh, by the way, Ruach stole Aura's boobs. And it's got one of them back so far.
You stole! Is he lifting drinks?
It is now your turn in initiative, by the way. The way of things is that Ruach has been hit pretty hard by Aura, but has a good amount of stamina and defense boosting charms and is able to basically equal Gavel in hand-to-hand combat. And there's still the Prasadi ambassador Shirahi, who is throwing lightning and trying to burn more of the Ashen Ones than you guys.
Are you sure that it's my turn?
No, it's Lythander's turn. I was just giving you a narration description because it was your oath that was broken, and that you would know when the shoe drops, as you said. So it's Lythander that.
What would you guys think is the better option? Party.
Hmm?
What?
Should I just continue on building power?
I think you should detonate the bomb.
What bomb?
The bomb.
Are we losing that badly?
No.
Not yet.
No.
I want to build as much power as possible, though, for me to detonate it, though.
That's
fine.
fair. So yeah, I would say build power, because what power are you at right now?
4.
Yeah, then, build some power, I would say would be the best option.
Alright, I'm going to, Glorious Exalted Blast. Who has the weakest defense out of all of them?
Ruach. Oh no, not Ruach, sorry, the other one is Shirahi.
I'm gonna fire it at Shirahi. I think I'm at max power.
Lovely.
Yes, you are.
Because that's
actually
9,
some of the
10,
over
11,
some
12,
of
13.
Plus the accuracy of the Glorious Exalted Blast, so 16.
Yep.
So that is going to be if you are at 4, that would be her defense is 4.
Alright,
so that's 12 power to go around. Half that can fill up your tank and half that can go to someone else.
Who needs power?
What's it? Aura needs power.
I will give 6 to Aura.
Thank
I've
you, my
never
son.
been so powerful. I need more flour.
Alright, that's gonna be the top of the new round. Players go first.
Got it. Okay. Who can do a cool turn? And also, I forget. Did Nue take turns?
Nue has been in the background this whole time. I'm not gonna be rolling for an entire off-screen NPC battle. That doesn't seem like that would just slow the episode down. But We are
true.
having a brief camera cut to her. Shoving aside, not trying to forcibly kill, but just there's going to be some casualties in the crossfire, unfortunately. But a bunch of soldiers are as many non-kills as possible as she's just batting a bunch of people out of the way with her big spear. She's doing this in the supersized version of her human shape right now at legendary size. She's doing real Attack of the 50-foot woman hours.
Fair. Alright, I got 6 power. I imagine this big dragon has a lot of fortitude, so I'm kind of not really I just don't think it would be that good of an idea to do a righteous devil form right now. And I think they have sufficient power that they can start moving away reflexively. Does anyone else have anything cool they can do?
I'm at 6 power. I cannot do anything crazy, at least right now.
I will... Alright. I'm at 6 power. I'll go ahead and do some magic. Here we go. I'm going to perform a Burning Judgment Hail. I'm going to spend 2 of my power in one mote. 2 of my 6 power in one of my motes to go into Burning Judgment Halo. I will aim with my move action, and I'll flurry it with a Withering Attack. Powered in with a spent once with a step 1 on a step 1 excellency, so I can hit dice cap.
Right.
With 3 successes, automatic. That's going to be a very large number.
If this is on Ruach, she's going to be spending 2 more motes on the defense upping charm. Not that might help all that much.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to mention
this
the
is a withering
-2.
attack.
Yeah, the -2 penalties have been effect from the weather.
Oh, mine are reduced by 1.
Okay, so yeah, roll 19 dice then.
No, I'm past dice cap.
Oh.
Yeah, I would be at 21 dice.
Okay, for the sake of not bogging the session down, because we've been going for a bit and I don't want to continue to force you guys to reroll to correct things forever, let's let it lie for now.
Because I have 3 on the, because I have 3 dice, then I have 2 more. What is that?
That only increases his defense then. And he's gonna decommit from Form of the Terrible Ancestors to spend those motes on Iron Cattle Body to increase soak instead. So that increases his defense to 8. So you still hit him, I think.
Lovely.
Honest, they're using any and all pronouns are applicable for Ruach.
That's fine. This is again a withering attack.
Oh, okay. In that case, then they won't decommit for the Form of the Ancestors, then.
Yeah, I'm just trying to build some power.
Okay.
Which I imagine that gets me to power cap.
Yes.
Cool. And yeah, the Burning Judgment Halo is live and currently burning. Every time they take a turn, they will have to roll. And that actually brings up an interesting thing. Rex?
Yep.
If Ruach is technically gaining an extra action, right?
Yes, thanks to the Sidereal interference.
But that extra action is being provided by someone else.
Yeah.
Does that count as them taking the action?
Yes.
So does that mean that they have to roll for Burning Judgment Halo separately from Ruach?
They roll instead of Ruach for the added turn. For Ruach's normal turn, Ruach will roll. For the other one, the Sidereal will.
Cool. I was just wondering it would be. I was just wondering if it would be like the situation where it's like, okay, the guy is coming in and how do I put this? I was just wondering if it would be a situation where like I could somehow finagle it where they would have to roll twice.
What is the difficulty on that roll?
It's difficulty equal to my force, meaning it is 5.
She is going to spend a mote on deferred wounds to be burned up in the future instead of now. Let me just...
But doesn't Ruach take the damage?
No, this is for the Sidereal. The Ruachs will come later.
Okay. I mean, I thought it was the body getting hurt, not so them.
It's weird-ass Sidereal magic. It can vary. Alright, so they will be, burned up fucking real bad. They will take those 3 health levels of damage next session.
Cool.
Which might be relevant depending on where they are in the mission. But anyway, Ruach themselves does have enough power to get away from you, I think.
Cool.
And they are...
They can move 1 space.
Yeah, they'll be moving 1 space. I don't know if I could beat all of you, but I could definitely take it. Actually, they're still muted. They can't do any combat taunts this whole time!
This is the last turn they get to be muted.
Okay, in that case, let me check their stat sheets to see if I gave them this charm. Not quite, no. Okay, they are going to be using, they're gonna be making a withering attack on, oh no, wait, oh yeah, they got power cap thanks to hitting Gavel, didn't they?
Hmm.
Yeah, so they're gonna be stepping over to, the Ashen Ones and just trying to annihilate as many of them as they can with, effectively, they're going to curl into a pangolin ball and spikes will grow out of them, and they will become one giant blender.
Oh no.
Okay.
They are, in fact, using a Katamari Damashi. Decisive attack.
Let's see it. Wow.
So that's, 6. That does, hit the Ashen Ones with, only just meets their defense, so he's only going to be rolling 10 power. 6, 7... They do have a soak they do have a pretty decent soak that is saving some of their fucking asses here.
That's good.
Alright, the Ashen Ones are reduced from, 23 to... That's 9 damage total, and they have a soak of, they have a soak of 4, I believe. Oh no, wait, I think it's just 3, so... Yeah, so from 23 to, 17. They still don't rout yet, because they have not been, reduced to less than half of their numbers, but he is doing a fucking Sonic the Hedgehog spin dash against a bunch of them.
Oh goodness.
He is doing the fucking combo mads that you see in fucking Frontiers. He's just shooting all the orbs out. And a bunch of them are impacted, but alive for now, even as they are set on fire, and the Sidereal cringes a bit before shooting that damage into the future. Player action. The Ashen Ones can go if no one else has any ideas.
Yeah, I don't have an idea for sure right now, at least.
Alright,
Ashen Ones, take your revenge.
They're gonna be trying a decisive attack on the Dragonblood who keeps trying to zap them down with fucking lightning blasts.
Kind and full of grace, please. Nope.
Unfortunately, she is able to dodge their attacks. With their drill bonuses cut and the extra dice bonuses they get from that reduce heavily due to the rain, she is able to effectively jump between different raindrops and use individual raindrops as temporary platforms to dodge out from between the hails of arrows, and her own body partially turns to mist to allow certain shots to pass through her before reconstituting. The more time you waste on trying to kill me, even if that is effective, it won't stop what's coming. She points upward. In between the massive rainstorm above, one of the planets is outshining earlier than it usually is. You see the violet flicker of Saturn just start to shine brightly. I don't remember exactly where I heard this or what it means, but if you kill me now, then things are going to get so much worse for you. Last chance. Back off. And she is going to be flurrying an intimidate-based an intimidate-based action alongside an attack on the Ashen Ones. This is taking into account the flurry penalty, naturally, but she is offsetting that with an excellency. Oh, there's an additional 3 dice penalty for addressing a group. So that's only with this. Oh my.
How many successes would they need?
The Ashen Ones have a major hatred of Prasad, so this actually does count as unacceptable influence for them.
Ooh, okay.
So no matter what, she is not going to convince them to not kill her, given that she's the fucking Prasadi ambassador. No, she's priority target 1. Does this work on anyone else, though? This is 7 successes coming in at people's resolves as at a dissuade attempt. To just fucking leave before shit gets worse. Anyone have intimacies they would like to call on to boost?
Let's see. And this is the Sidereal saying this? Or
no,
the,
this is Sharahi.
Okay. I must kill wicked rulers and leaders?
Yep.
Major intimacy for that one.
So
I don't think I do, but...
This also counts as unacceptable influence for you, then.
Let's see. There's something in here. There was something in here I had for this. What is this, by the way?
A dissuade attempt to convince all of you to fucking stop and leave.
Right.
Before shit hits the fan, because she has received some kind of premonition that shit may hit the fan from the stars.
It's dissuade. Oh, yeah. Dissuade, huh?
Yep.
I don't have anything, but I have spirit maintaining maneuver, so I'll just spend 2 mode to make it no. To say no.
Okay, that's fair. Lythander.
Yes.
Any intimacies that will convince you to not just leave with this warning on the table?
Hatred towards Prasad.
Yep,
or
that
Prasad
counts.
Must change.
Yep. Your resolve would be boosted from 3 to 6 because of that. Do you have the integrity excellency?
I don't believe I do. Let me check real quick. Gentle Call of Leth. I upped my integrity. I don't think I...
Oh, is your integrity 3 or higher, then?
Let me check. I believe my integrity might be at 2.
Okay,
so... Let me just double check. Integrity is at 2.
Okay, so a dissuade attempt...
I will say...
You do have
that
relentless
backed...
lunar...
No, I do have multiple banked exalt milestones.
Well, as any additional note, this could be an instance of, You did pick a very funny charm, if you want to use that.
Yeah, sure.
You want to activate the Great Curse?
Is it a Great Curse?
This could be an instance... well, would this be going against one of your major, even with tapping the intimacy, this would, this would work against you, so it could be considered acting against one of your major intimacies, then. In this case, this would activate the Great Curse, which means you could use the funny charm to activate double 9s on a bunch of shit. Or you could just use Relentless Lunar, or you could just use Unshattered Yoke Fury to just say no.
I was gonna say, I was thinking of just using Shattered Yoke Fury.
Okay, you could just use Shatter. Okay, put on a major hatred of Prasad. If you don't already have
there.
That. Okay, in that case, this would... Alright, in that case, you would have to act immediately in a, angry, act super angry at her. Instead of taking on an intimacy, you would be compelled to attack or do some other majorly aggressive act hyper-fixated on her.
Sure, I am going to attack her. I'm going to attempt to gain will and fire off a spell.
Alright, Flesh Sloughing Wave would do you good here, because that's a smaller AoE and wouldn't hurt the Ashen ones, who are being fucking wrecked right now from all the shit coming at them.
So that's 7.
I think this is the most damage Gavel's troops have taken this whole campaign.
For real.
I would... looks like I would have enough successes there to cast, because I had 2 will banked.
Correct. And you could also activate one of...
3.
If you have any shape... If you could bring in either of your shaping rituals into this, that could help, but I don't know if those are relevant.
They aren't relevant right now, because, I mean, I don't think I would have gotten... to study the ongoings of society at the moment.
True, but you do get a bonus dice on the attack roll from your intimacies coming into play again. Keep that in mind.
Yep, so I'm going to be firing the attack off. So let's see if I hit. I'm going to be spending...
You hit with... Hang on. It's a medium attack, I believe. So 7, 8, 9. You hit with 5 overflow.
I'm going to proc Finding the Needle's Eye, and how much overflow did I get? 1, you said?
5.
5. Okay, I'm using all my power, so this is going to be 15 then. Plus, I have 1 accuracy. Wait, no, that's with the accuracy for that.
Yeah,
this is a
you have 2 damage, and this ignores 2 soak, I believe.
Yeah. So do I add those 2 to the damage dice, or is that just a flat?
Those are successes. Those are added to the end tally.
Auto. Okay. I'm not going to re-roll that.
Oh my goodness.
8, 9, 10, 11. So this would be 11 damage.
You know, as a additional note, I do think you might be able to angle this narratively speaking, where you can catch both him. Actually, no, I think you would only be able to catch one of either Sharahi or Ruach. And because of Shadow Loaf, you are targeting her, but I'm reasonably sure this kills her. Let me just make sure that she doesn't have enough health. Okay, she has, how much damage is that total?
11. Actually, no, sorry. With the 2 auto successes...
Yeah, that's 13, and it ignores
13.
2 of her soak.
Yep.
Yep, she's just fucking dead. You just obliterate her immediately.
Imagine how, like, that is extremely funny when you think about it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, like, when you did this to she did murder a few dozen people in Gavel's troops, but even then, you just walk right up to her, hey, and then disintegrate her, leaving only a skeleton behind.
Nani?
Alright, it is now Ruach's action. Ruach is going to make a withering attack on all the Ashen ones he's in the middle of the mosh pit for, with 2 auto successes, but from the fucking thing, the Perfected Ego Juggernaut that still has the dregs of power going. Oh, that did not type for some reason. More problems with his laptop.
Did you ever just one-shot somebody?
I mean, it's happened before.
Twice.
Lythander is very much the feast or famine build.
You see, I like the feast.
He takes her overwhelm of 4. Onto, and, oh, wait, nope. Sorry, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He 5 power actually, and the bonuses dip to 1. Player action. I think everyone's gone this round though.
So are they dead or just knocked out?
Shirahi? Oh, she's dead.
Oh. I didn't know we were in that mode.
Some character... Okay, pulling back the GM screen to reveal my decisions of some characters I have more plans for in the narrative, that I allow to take dramatic injuries for when they would fucking lose a big-ass fight, but would still need to come back later for what I have in my notes. Not every character's like this. Shirahi's a pre-written character in this thing going on, in the setting information I didn't really have any plans for, so, yeah, you just killed her.
Fight.
Yeah.
And now dead.
Mm-hmm.
She was just there for the hard times, then.
She was there to diplomatically take control of Madara, which you guys immediately circumvented by parachuting in out of nowhere.
So
Unfortunately,
yeah.
Unfortunately, the multiple Sidereals used that charm to allow them to arrive in the nick of time. None of you guys know about what the fuck happened in the barracks yet, but the other one, the secrets one, that is co-locating and projecting with, Ruach, is relevant right now. Oh, Ruach, did move far enough away from, they did move far enough away that I don't think they're subject to the environmental hazard until you get closer.
Oh? You're approaching me?
And now they're no longer magically silent.
I wonder what they have to say.
Spoilers, nothing good.
Top of the new round, player action.
You can call me Miku.
Miku had to leave for now. She'll be back later, though.
Imagine if we accidentally killed Miku.
Alright. Which of us is,
You didn't accidentally kill her. She used Dragon Nest Matem Psychosis to get the fuck out of Dodge with her once-a-story escape death power.
Yes. Who is... Who among us has a power cap right now?
I was.
You were. I have 6 power. Or no, yes, 6 power. So I could go ahead and try and do a withering attack to at least get some power. Unless you have a plan, Orda.
I don't,
A withering attack would also lower their hardness to allow people with slightly lower power to continue hammering down.
Because what power are you at, Aura?
10.
10? Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Alright.
You're welcome. What can I
Fair
say except you're welcome?
Mm-hmm. Big time.
So, do you plan on attacking their Aura?
I do.
Okay, then I will let you go right ahead.
Alright. Well, I'm within close range, so I'll go ahead and just...
Well, they actually moved to medium range out from you into the center town square to engage the Ashen Ones after they were trying to kill all the guys. Effectively, all of the normal troops who would be helping in this fight are occupied by Niue and defending the other armies out front, so only the superhumans were left to fight you guys, and that did not end up going super great.
Man, we have superhumans?
Yeah, this is technically a superhero story in the, in a swords and sandals era setting.
Imagine being super. Couldn't be me, because I am a pooper. I don't know what I'm saying right now.
At least you're honest about it.
Well, there's that, yeah.
Or whilst thou strikest.
I shall. Oh, let me just say. Alright, first things first. We're gonna go with a, how do I put this? Go aim at my target, which I'm in short range to. We're gonna step 1, Dazzling Flare. Double 9s on damage. And then we are going to hit, we're gonna hit a decisive attack. Plus 6 dice and plus 3 successes. Gone to -3, of course.
On the edge of my
Let's see
seat
now.
for your big dramatic, erupting burning finger moment.
Take this!
Mm-hmm.
All my love, all my hate, and I don't know.
All right.
Bill and Ted
So that's-
plus 8.
You had that
8
on pat
success-
when we started this podcast 2 years ago.
All right, so that's 8 successes plus 2 successes. So that's plus 2 successes on that many.
Defense is
That's
5,
8.
so...
Defense 5. 8 successes plus 3 additional successes from my accuracy, so 11 successes.
Alright, they're decommitting the 2 motes from their form of the ancestors to prop 1 into Iron Kettle Body to increase soak by 2.
Nice.
Or 1, sorry.
But it's going to ignore. Thankfully, my dazzling flare which I'm going to spend another mote for, is going to be ignoring 1 point of that soak. I'm going to be spending all 10 of my power. How much overflow did I get?
What was the total on that?
11.
6 overflow, yeah.
So 6 overflow plus 10 power plus 5 means I add another success, bonus success to the damage roll because I exceeded dice cap. And what else am I missing? Oh, yeah, we are doubling 9s on this, of course. Anything else from Righteous Double Form? No, but we do ignore 1 point of soak. Additionally to that, let's see what we get. Ooh! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16,
Oh my goodness.
16 damage.
With the note, you will be inflicting a dramatic injury on them. How do you defeat Ruach?
I put a hole in a chest.
And get your other boob back!
Yeah!
These are
All come together.
They're symmetrical again!
The dramatic injury you've taken is, now is when the fusion with the Prasadi War God runs out. As you blast Ruach far away into the sky, leaving only the god possessing them behind.
Nice.
They are going to immediately attempt to spend 1 mote to hurry home. If you want to kill this fucking god, you only have 1 turn to do it. Just go full fucking part 3, or, sorry, part 5 rather, the kicking segment.
The enemy. The enemy? The enemy?
The
The enemy?
the enemy.
The enemy? The enemy.
They're the enemy.
Who's the enemy?
And I should note, this is one of Prasad's. This is a major god in Prasad's pantheon, so it might be in your interest to just vibe check them.
Yeah.
You have 1 turn to. This is effectively the end of battle bonus minigame. You guys won this first step of the Siege of Madara. This is a little bonus to see if you could cause further damage to Prasad.
Bonus
This is a
round.
Yep. Now is when you beat up the car in Street Fighter.
Alright, so what you're telling me is that we are at the part where we are in the park.
However, I also have an additional thing I just remembered that Nue would have purchased. I'm gonna go scroll over to the specific lunar charm. As part of this fight happens, a small portion of her,
Portia?
no, sorry. As this happens and there's a massive burst of energy and the god visibly falls to the ground, Nue, visibly crosshatched and pockmarked, but pretty much winning this fight against an army off screen, looks over. Hey, Aura, give that god to me. I've got an idea.
Okay.
Alright, 1 second. I'm just gonna go copy this image and then paste it. Or save and then share so I can tell you what the fuck Nue is about to do. Alright, there we go. Feel free to read this out as I take a sip of water.
Oh my goodness. Does it matter who reads it?
Divinity Stealing Beast Idol. Force 4, Essence 3, Boundary Marking Meditation required. When the calls of mortals go unanswered by gods and spirits, the lunar takes them under her wing. If doing so means forcing the god to submit, so be it. Spend 1 mote. When the lunar learns the single goal or desire of our god's followers most fervently crave, by spending time among them, eavesdropping on their prayers, reading their intentions, being asked for aid, etc., she rolls to read the god's intentions with bonus successes equal to the strongest negative intimacy she discovered towards him among his followers. If she learns that he is unwilling or incapable regarding satisfying the desire, or simply believes themselves more suited for the role, she may fulfill it instead. If a majority of the god's followers acknowledge and honor her actions, she strips him of his divine authority, unless their essence is higher than hers, in which case she must fulfill an additional desire for each point of essence that exceeds hers. Once successful, she claims the god's most significant shrine or place of power and its surrounding area as her own territory as per boundary marking meditation. If the god resists her efforts, she must occupy and defend the territory. She picks 1 environmental aspect for her new territory instead of 3, gaining the 2nd on the next moonrise and the 3rd on the following one, at which time it becomes hers forever.
Wow.
Alright, and she gets bonus successes equal to the strongest negative intimacy, which she would have had a little bit of background work, thanks to the intel of assorted major Prasadi factors that happened off screen. So 3 bonus successes on this then, even if her social pool isn't super great.
Mm-hmm.
The 3 bonus successes makes it work.
Poorly.
She looks down, and her voice is real big and deep right now because she's, kaiju. That's how that works in comedy.
Mm.
Now
Hey,
that's comedy.
Guys, if we promise to protect the Dreaming Sea... Wait, now, let me think of how best to phrase this, actually. Because what she is going to say is, you could still kill this god if you get really lucky with the power shit in a round, but she could posthumously steal his domain and shrines and religion.
Yo, imagine stealing somebody's religion.
Hey, why are people scared of lunars? Because they could do shit like this.
Hey,
It's a
I have done nothing.
You vaporized a woman.
No.
You did so in universe 2 seconds ago.
Lythander has
10
not committed
seconds ago.
any war crimes.
God forbid Lythander do anything.
Puts away the
Exactly.
misrepresented Red Cross logo.
Like, I did nothing wrong.
Okay, guys, if we start a class revolution in Prasad, then I can steal this guy's worshippers and magics.
That sounds like a great idea.
Side quest
Wow, what a
unlocked.
wonderful idea.
Yippee!
This would be extraordinarily helpful in your war efforts, I should note. This is a pretty, this is a big-term side quest.
Indeed.
Alright, now you guys can feel free to do a chain attack on this god if you want to build up enough power in the span of a round to kill them.
Alright, I guess I will go first, if no one else wants to.
I would like to go 9th.
9th. I see.
Impressive.
Let's see. Is 6 power enough for a decisive?
Let me check what's on the god stat sheets.
If it's not, I'll take the turn instead, do a withering attack so that you can.
Yeah, hardness is 7, so you will need to have someone do a withering attack, or
Alrighty.
or something to help with this.
Alright, Lythander, do your thing.
Alrighty, I am going to go and do a withering attack. Let me just get to my withering attack. 4 successes, so 1 power.
Alright, you can pop that over
Well,
to
no,
Gavel if you want.
overflow, sorry, because Glorious Exalted Blast does have overflow of, I believe, 3.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
Prakata Fangfall. I found this guy's name. Normally very calm in a crisis, appears to take the form of a of a giant red-tailed hawk man.
Huh.
Just kind of bristles, his feathers fluttering at all of you as he is slowly starting to fade out and hurry home, knowing that he only has precious seconds to maybe survive if you guys can manage to focus down, hit all of his life and time. I should note that the only one with Spirit Slaying Strike here is Gavel.
Is like no, I have it.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I think. Wait, no, I do not. I have Spirit Cutting Glance. Never mind.
Alright, so if we want to, we could then have Aura make a next follow-up attack to continue making things easier and banking power for the person with the charm to do the finishing blow.
Blow.
Does that sound good, Chills?
Or not.
That sounds fine. That sounds just fine.
Alright, go ahead and make some attack then.
All right. How much? What kind of attack?
It could just be Withering in order to help build up more power for Gavel's finishing blow.
All right. I should have rolled 16. My bad. Or I guess it would be. I wouldn't be benefiting from a withering attack. Just that's going to be 9 successes.
Okay, so that's going to be. Let me check defense again. 6. So 3 power to Gavel.
3 power to me?
Mm-hmm.
3 power to Gavel. Actually, would she not gain the overflow? If
You
it's
could.
higher?
What do you mean?
If my overflow is higher than the amount I would gain, would she not gain the overflow?
Yeah, she would.
So she gains 5.
Okay.
That puts me at cap.
Alright. Feel free to make your sickos mode and add as many damage boosters and decisive attack things as you want as you have the chance to kill one of Prasad's top gods right the fuck now.
Alright.
Actually, how high is your anima?
My anima? Not that high. I haven't been able to use that many modes. So
Yeah,
my
I wanted
anima's at
that.
1 right now.
Really?
Yeah, I can't use my devil trigger, unfortunately.
Well, you have a bunch of other stuff you might be able to pop open for damage effects, I know.
Oh, yes. Yes, I do. Alright. You're going to be first doing a decisive attack on this god here.
Yeah, on Fangfall.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, I described him as a saber-toothed tiger, I think, so minor retcon to make that, to set that back into.
With my 2 accuracy, that is a 9 on successes.
Alright, that's going to hit with 3 overflow.
Okay, so I'm going to use all of my power, all 10. Okay, where do I start first? Alright, I am going to spend 2 motes for Wrath-Stoked Onslaught. Which will give me an additional die for every 2 power spent.
So 5.
Mm-hmm. I do, let's see, I don't think I benefit from that. Do I?
Corona Fury, none of your anima's not super high.
Nope. Yeah. So, I don't get that at least, so that's fine. Oh, and gain an additional anima from Wrath-Stoked Onslaught. Let's see.
Corona only kicks in at 4, unfortunately, if memory serves.
Indeed.
So still not high enough.
Actually, technically, if it gives me because you get 1 anima for every mote you use, yes?
Yep.
So if Wrath-Stoked Onslaught costs 2 anima, and then you get an additional anima from using that charm, that technically puts me at 4.
Yeah, so, okay, you would benefit from Corona Fury now, then.
Okay, so let's see. And I did indeed spend at least 7 power, so I would gain an additional die. So let's see. So 10 plus 5 plus 1, 16. Is there anything else? Then yeah, Spirit Slaying Stance. Is there Anything else I can do? I don't think so. Yeah, I believe that's it. So that will, and then how much was my overflow?
3.
3. So that puts me at 19 dice, I believe.
I think so, yeah.
And then let's see what happens. That is 9 successes plus my damage of 2. That is 11 damage in total.
They have a stoke of 5, so you won't be able to kill them, but I think this is aggravated damage thanks to Spirit Slaying stance, so this god is going to have some horrific injuries for quite some time.
They will remember this.
Oh god, yes. Even as they hurry home and blip back out. You see a bunch of infernal magic and green patinia from your essence just start scouring their body as fur begins to burn off, and you broke one of their teeth. You broke one of their saber-toothed tiger teeth with the punch.
Nice.
And the teeth is all that remains once they fade back into essence and teleport back to Kamthahar.
There we go.
The sounds of battle in the city are still all around you, but everything seems oddly... Like, if you'll pardon the cliche, it's quiet too quiet.
It's quiet on the west hand front.
Enough of the Ashen ones are able to... Like, I think they have some health level recovery in between this and next session, and at least some of them are going to quickly secure the perimeter and look around at the enemy, and we get a report from the teenager with the burn scars on her face. I forget exactly what her name was. I need to make a better list of this. Boss, Spider was able to do his thing with the troops, but I don't see him anywhere.
That's weird. He's usually trying to kill everything in sight whenever he's done with one group of enemies. Where was he last seen?
The Exigent managed to launch him directly into the bunker of the Prasadi import troops. That was the last we saw of him.
Send a small team in to investigate the area.
They return with a potted plant.
What the yozy?
With the dust cast mark on it.
Oh,
what the
no.
And then several other troops return with his severed limbs.
Oh, that's even worse.
Nah,
Lythander?
Yes?
Gavel points to the potted plant and severed limbs.
I don't know what you're pointing at.
I'm pretty sure someone
That
turned our
looks
dear
like
Spider
a
into
potted
that.
plant.
Oh no.
This is when you realize Lythander has the opposite of Fate's blindness.
Oh no!
Oh,
He has fauna blindness! I have cast mark blindness!
I can only recognize you by your face.
Oh no.
Oh dear. That cannot be good.
Especially as a lunar, yeah. But no, so Lythander would just look at the plant and be like, how? No. Who?
This is gonna be weird, but roll any attribute plus close combat to find out what the fuck this is.
Oh.
Any attribute plus close combat.
Yeah, because that's the pool used to identify sidereal martial art bullshit.
That's crazy.
And not sagacity?
I'll allow sagacity in your case.
Alright.
This will be difficulty 10, however, because this is really weird shit.
Yeah, nah, 6.
Could I give it a shot?
I will say that Hopkins starts sniffing the plant. It's like,
I smells it.
it's one of them, it's one of them, master.
Still not used to you speaking like that. Anyways.
And standing on 2 legs, either.
Yes, thank you for that, Lythander.
Actually,
That
one
wasn't me.
second. 1 second, I need to use the bathroom. Can I borrow that plant?
I don't see why not. Lythander hands the plant to, why can't I remember your dog's name?
Is someone going to
Hopkins,
stop him from
Hopkins.
pissing on that spider?
Hopkins!
What is a plant?
Not that potted plants. You have a billion ruins everywhere. Use one of those, please.
Yes, but this is a plant. It's nature. Are you saying that...
It's also spider.
No. What do you mean? That can't be spider.
Alright, Gavel, go
What are
ahead
you
and make
smoking?
any attribute plus close combat to find out what the fuck this is.
Excellent.
How would you even know that spider?
8 successes.
I would know spider like the back of my hand.
Hopkins is giving you double 9, so that
Ooh.
works. I will post the exact charm that you're getting a free use of Unwoven Coadjutor to find out what the fuck this is. Saturnical, the Kill Bill dojo guy, pops into your head and describes the technique for a few moments. Like as a direct codec call to you. Oh, it's very impressive to see this used. I haven't seen this in quite some time.
Okay, here we go. That is some prerequisites, all right. Let's see. Do you want me to read this out?
If you want to, just go ahead and read people as things venom.
Okay. Pattern Spider Touch. Spend 4 motes on step 1. Choose one of the following gambits to apply. In this case, it is people as things venom. 7. If successful, the Exalt transforms the target into an object roughly the same size and mass as the transformed target, such as a statue, a tree, or an empty suit of armor. The target remains conscious, but cannot move or take actions. Exalted and magical significant characters may take actions with charms or qualities at a penalty appropriate to their form. If the object is destroyed, the target falls into a coma-like state, but recovers, if repaired.
And I should note, this is a valid target for Curse-Shattering Strike, but as the capstone of a Sidereal martial art, this would require the whole ass venture. And time, which might not be a factor you might be able to use for something coming up in a few moments.
Indeed.
So, yeah, Gavel realizes, yeah, that is fucking Spider. Some Sidereal snuck in when no one was looking, and punched all of his limbs off, and then punched him into being a plant.
I don't believe you.
Also, Aura, you realize, the ironic punishment in this case was being immobilized and stripped of the tools, limbs, he would have used for martial arts. That's the, dramatic punishment fate imposed on him.
Oh no, he punched him into pieces like Polnareff!
Yes,
This
literally!
was our last resort. Hesitation.
Polnareff and the
no
Green Baby
breathing.
teamed up.
They turned him into a puzzle. Poor bastard.
This happened to him.
Oh no.
You lean close enough to the plant, you can hear a spider murmuring, Spiral Stairs, Fig Tart, Rhinoceros Beetle, Via Dolorosa.
Oh goodness.
And normally it would be when everyone would have time for a recovery seed or reset on moat stuff, but, well, before that, you guys will also notice Aura's moving really weird. And you are also still in a considerable amount of pain, too, I'm sure, from your bones being rocks.
Yes. Yes. Oh, hold on. I have the perfect image for this!
No.
Is it a Baki image?
No, it's not.
Oh, why not?
Yeah, I'm sure there's a Baki image for someone's bones
Hold
being rocks.
on.
There's a Baki image for all sorts of
Hold
shit.
on. Hold on. I need to find the full. I need to find the full one. Here it is. Here it is. I found it. Here it is.
Let's see what we got here.
Let's see what your
Yes.
shitpost is.
Perfect.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, it
it's the
took us so long to
Trails-
see.
It's the Trails got trolled
time
with
prison.
The time prison.
Sorry it took us so long to save you from time prison, Shadow. So what did you do in time prison? Well, after 50 years, I started to feel like I was losing my sanity, so I started to break my
I don't think we need to read
fingers.
through the whole copy pasta. We're going a little late
No.
tonight for Alatos' schedule.
Fair. Please post the whole thing. I want
I'll see what
when
I
we
can
put
do,
the video
yeah.
when we put the video out, please make sure this is present.
I will try and do
years
so.
of bone breaking.
Okay, Aura, but it just looks like you're walking like normal. Okay, well that's stupid.
Hey,
Also, don't use this one. There's a funny watermark in there.
hey, Saturn is even brighter up above. It seems like Saturn's getting closer.
Oh no.
It actually stops where it is in the sky, but all of you, without any kinds of rolls or supernatural detection or senses or anything, just feel dread.
Huh.
2 + 2 = 5. Did you know that?
Is that a joke? Is that in character?
That is not
Okay, I was going to have to say...
Because I know who it is.
It's actually not them, but it is someone with that weapon.
That is
Oh
scary.
no.
As a woman appears in the distance on a rooftop at the very edge of the spire, at long range from all of you. And she says something, but it's very clear that none of you can hear her from there, but she then just raises up a megaphone. just the fucking, like, basic cone of shit she pulled from elsewhere. I did warn you, you know. Unfortunately, now all of your resources are damn near spent and all your motes are cashed in. And as a result of that, well, now you're all fecked. I put in a word to me boss Saturn, and she signed off on it. There's a devil star coming your way. It's gonna flatten this whole town. And yeah, that's gonna fucking suck for everyone here, I'm sure, but that'll also end up killing all of you. Devil Stars took a whole circle of Exalted back in the day, up there with that third circle demon you fought, Crowley. And it's all coming all this way down here, let loose from its prison, headed to kill all of you. But just to be sure, she cracks her knuckles and enters the border of kaleidoscopic prison stance.
So, wait, is she saying that Octavian's back?
No, this is something else that none of you know what the fuck this is.
It's Octavius.
Out of character, she used a charm to effectively let a demon out of prison. Not a demon. Something called a devil star is something that's occasionally referred to in Exalted backstory stuff as of 3rd edition, inspired by Mesoamerican and I forget if it's Aztec or Mayan in Mesoamerican devil star. Ah, yes, the Tzimitzi. One of these is coming for you.
Oh, that's terrifying.
I don't believe you.
Unfortunately, it's fucking coming for you. As
I refuse to believe it, meaning that is not real.
a giant woman with eyes growing everywhere, a skull for a face, and covered with all sorts of fucked up body parts, and snakes coming out of places snakes should not be, is careening through the sky.
That sounds like a Monster Mates episode.
I was going to say, that
waiting to
sounds...
happen.
Should we get Trevor on as a guest star for the next episode?
You know, maybe.
Prasad mates.
Unfortunately, the Exalted equivalent of Monster Mates takes place in the realm. It's all the
yes.
Dragonblood saying all the weird shit they'd like to fuck.
That's right.
While being racist.
No.
Well,
I was going to say...
well,
ish.
the real life Monster Mates isn't, but...
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, no, I never said that real life ones. I'm saying the
realm ones, yeah.
Prasadi, yeah.
Yeah, well, the
The
realm and
Dragonblood
Prasad are
ones.
related, but they are, like the realm is to Prasad what, Prasad is Great Britain and, the realm's America. In terms of scope.
Hmm.
So, very close.
A little bit more by degrees, or, like, temporal stuff. But in any case, this seems like a pretty good place to end things off, as you are now going to be tag teamed with the Act 4 finale by another really experienced old-ass Sidereal with a lot of charms under her belt, and whatever the fuck this is coming in.
Terrifying.
Next time's the end of Act 4. Oh, right, patrons. We have to do that before we end off the episode.
Our dear patrons.
Our dear patrons.
Thank
you,
you, GB.
Thank you, GB and Storm. Can't forget Storm.
You're right,
Of
we can't
course.
forget Storm. They are approaching. Encroaching.
In the next episode, we will be ending Act 4. It might be a session or two beyond that for when we actually officially hit Act 5, but... or Essence 5, rather. But in any case, next time is gonna be a big-ass boss fight, and continuing on this war for Prasad, we have to find out if this city is gonna still be here next episode. It could go either way, to be honest.
It's not.
Like life, we will find a way.
Yeah, the Devil Stars are something locked away way back in the first age for a fucking reason. But, we're gonna find that out next time. Take care all and have a good night. See you next session.
Good night.
Thank you for listening to FateBreakers. We here at the Action Economy crew are proud to bring you this and other AP content, like Tomb of the Red Giant, the first half of our complete JoJo's Bizarre Adventure AP, as well as Rune Runners, our Icon AP. We'll also have a Patreon by the time you hear this. If you like what you've heard so far, feel free to drop us a little bit of money if you can afford to do so, and we could bring you even more content in the future. APs live and die by word of mouth, so if you liked us, please drop us a follow, like, share, retweet, whatever you could think of to help us out. We are excited to bring you more bi-weekly content in 2 weeks from now for the next FateBreakers, and other episodes time permitting. See you then.